This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network. We'd like to thank Audible.com for sponsoring this episode of Brews and Blasters. For the greatest library of audiobooks across all genres, go to audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters to start your 30-day free trial and get a free audiobook. That's audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters for your free audiobook.
All right, our special guest right now, Wayne Campbell, Garth Elgar, Wayne's World. All right, talking about Wayne Stock. Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be a big concert at Adlai Stevenson Park.
Uh-huh.
It's just going to be a big party, you know. We got some great bands coming.
Uh-huh.
Like Aerosmith?
Uh-huh.
I just want to remind everybody that there's still plenty of tickets left.
Uh-huh.
But that's no reason to wait till the last minute.
Uh-huh.
Because it's just a chance for the city of Aurora
To do something.
Uh-huh.
fun
Uh-huh.
and to put the city on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, well, work is hard.
You're not really listening to me, are you?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could say anything right now, like, you're a complete tool.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't hear it, 'cause you're a freak with a microphone.
Uh-huh.
It's not even challenging anymore. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Isn't that true, Sphincter Boy?
Uh-huh. What? Oh! They're getting closer all the time. All right, good information about Wayne Stock. Very exciting. We'll be back with more right after Pig Sports. Right now, it's 16 minutes past the big hour. Is that not right, Mr. Scream? Great, good stuff. I think people are getting really cranked.
Here we go.
You're listening to Brews and Blasters. The Star Wars party starts now.
How we doing?
Same as always.
That bad, huh?
Bulky religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
Let us go inside where we can discuss business over a drink.
Could you join me for a little refreshment?
Everyone's invited, of course.
With Chris Salton and Joe Savano, two guys from Boston who are talking about this stuff anyway.
Let him marinate. It was like a good steak tip.
Oh, yeah.
Renegades. We're having a nice time.
He just got a cup of super cold. Zippy sip.
We had a barbecue. Society.
Okay, stop
With that guy. What's up, Warheads? We are back from Star Wars Celebration. We came, we saw, we conquered. We have a full recap of the show, plus a huge Need 'em, Got 'em trailers, so much more. Let's get this Mamma Jamma started. Oh, yes. Welcome back, guys, to Brews and Blasters. We're having fun. It's a Star Wars party, and we are rocking and rolling like never before. We're on a new level tonight. My name is Joe Tavano for everyone new listening. And joining me, of course, as always, the Collector's Hut, Chris Salton. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, dude, I'm doing excellent.
Yeah, we are pumped up. We're really cranked.
We're really cranked.
Yeah, I think the people are getting really cranked. Chris.
Yeah, we just watch some pig sports. That's right, Mrs. Scream.
Hey! Hey! Oh, man. I am so like just hyped up right now. We've already been talking for a good hour and 50 minutes. Just recapping everything. Yeah, it's been a while. We should have just recorded that, but we're gonna do it all over again. We're gonna talk about even more. Man, we have so much to talk about, guys. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We're kind of sorry. We're a little sorry, but we're kind of not as well anymore. We're
not sorry.
We're not. We just came to party. This is the Star Wars party, and I need to know, Chris, when it begins. Help me out here.
I would say right about now.
Yes. I'm ready. I'm ready for
dude,
this.
We're on new heights.
Yeah, it's
we're doing this.
We're doing it. We had a blast of celebration. We met so many great people. Man, it was phenomenal. It was my first celebration ever, and I can't stress enough how it was exhausting. It was tiring. It was a lot of lines. It was a little chaotic at times as well, but it was also one of the most intensely fun and immersive Star Wars experience I've ever had in my life.
I would say you put that very well.
Yeah, definitely. It's so crazy, but it's so intense of an experience that there's really nothing like it. And it's just so awesome to have met so many listeners as well, and to have met new ones, and hopefully talk to a few new people who may be listening for the first time. And we just had such a great time doing all of that. I mean, giving out patches, giving out pins, giving out mixtapes to everyone. It was such a cool time, huh?
It was a really cool time.
Yeah.
I was really excited for how many people really wanted to engage with us.
Yeah.
And that's why I was the last celebration I went to, I made some cards and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is really hard to just pass cards out.
2015. Yeah.
Right, 2015. And this time around, it's you threw this great party, and there was a great turnout, and
we had a good time.
Dude, it was excellent.
We had a great time. The Brews and Blasters Retro Zap party was a blast. And if you were there, you know what we're talking about. We took David's club over. We really did. They didn't even see it coming. Yeah. We drained them dry of Blue Russian ingredients.
That's actually true.
Yeah, it's true.
Believe. What's funny is none of us ordered one.
Oh my God! They were no. You and I didn't. No retro zap. Yeah, the listeners did though. The listeners were bringing them in. They were like, "Yeah, we got Blue Russians here. We're ready."
That's what I thought was really cool.
Oh my God! It was so cool. People just walk in. Yeah. Time for some Blue Russians, guys. So I actually go to order one from our amazing waitress who kept us fed and full of drinks the entire time. And I'm like, I'll have. She's like, yeah, the bar stopped. We don't get any more of that stuff. We're drained out. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess we came to do what we said we were gonna do.
Yeah, mission complete.
Yeah, mission accomplished, guys. Big whammy on that one. All right.
Whammy.
Big whammy. Is that gonna be a thing we do now? Is whammy?
It could be.
We could do that. I like it. Yeah,
I like it too.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Wham. We can do this. I like it.
We're doing it.
It's happening, man.
It's a circle.
Oh yes. So I mean, yeah, we were just getting going when Celebration 2015 happened. So yeah, this time was so different in so many ways. It was just so great to talk to people in the website, the YouTube, and the podcasting communities, and get to know people you've been, associating with and talking with and been on shows with for years. And then just meeting people who listen to the show. I mean, wow, what an experience! Like, what a humbling and intense experience that is to know that people are listening. And thank you so much for doing that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's most of the time we're saying sorry, but
yeah,
I want to say thank you.
Exactly, thank you. The gratitude that we feel. I just feel so grateful.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That it was great because when you put this party together, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh yeah,
and the people just kept filtering in, and it was truly really cool.
Yeah, like it started with Dennis and I getting down there, and like, all right, we should probably back up because we have a whole. We got down there on Wednesday, so it was the day before the convention. Oh yeah. But before we go, I just want to say we have a lot to talk about. This is a mamma jamma. Strap yourselves in, guys, because we're all strapped in.
Mamma jamma.
Yeah, I got a little I got a little Stoli and orange vanilla seltzer in a cup.
Look at you
in a cup,
drinking out of cups.
Yeah, it's healthy. It's clear, right? It doesn't taste like anything. It's good. I'm gonna take a little sippy sip right now, right? Yeah. What are you drinking?
I got my Sour Monkey by Victory. It's good stuff. Before that, I put down a Tall Boy Twisted Tea.
Oh, look at you! Nice.
That's just delicious, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's vacation Chris right there with the Twisted Teas.
Yeah.
Getting ready to become barbecue Chris in a couple of.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
Couple of weeks.
It's gonna be 3 months solid.
Yeah.
Of eating off the grill, and I
red
wouldn't
meat
have it
straight
any
up.
other way.
Just shaving the ears right off the end.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all right. Just put a little. It's like spackle, pretty much, right? Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So we're doing a full recap of the show from our perspective, the Brews and Blasters perspective. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about the Last Jedi, the trailer, the Rebel Season 4 trailer. We have a ton of collecting stuff like Hasbro. We have new lines of toys to talk about. We have Battlefront 2 coming out.
You know what I liked about how Hasbro dropped their figures?
What's that?
It was daily. It wasn't like all at once. It was like you wake up and it's just like, hey, look what we got. And you're like,
guess what?
What?
It was crazy. It was crazy. We have a huge need. I have 2 stacks of things right here for Need'em Got 'em.
Oh.
And plus,
it's going to be a very exciting Need'em Got 'em.
All your emails, guys. We're going to read all your emails.
We got emails.
We have a lot. People have been emailing in, guys. People have been emailing, and thank you so much for doing that. Brews and Blasters at RetroZap.com, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much for caring.
Yeah, thank you so much for being you.
Yeah.
All right. Before we do all that,
it was beyond flattering. I will admit.
A little bit. It was humbling. It really was.
Yes.
It was truly, truly humbling. So that's really what I walked away from Celebration feeling. Just completely grateful and humbled. And the other thing too is that what I realized is for all that Star Wars podcasting community is, and for all the social media that Star Wars has, it's just so much a smaller universe than the greater Star Wars community that's out there. Because for all the people that told me I don't even listen to Star Wars podcasts, I couldn't believe it. There is so many more people out there that could be brought in to this community that we all have together. And so if you have Star Wars fans that you talk to regularly, start getting them into podcasts. I don't care what you get them to listen to. If you think they like Brews and Blasters, get them to listen to Brews and Blasters. But we got to get people listening to podcasts, to go into YouTube channels, to go to websites. Bring them in the fold. Let's get as many people into this party as we possibly can, right?
Well, it's a much larger world, that people realize, because I remember years ago, before podcasts and all that stuff, there was sports talk radio.
Okay, yeah.
And I hated it. I absolutely hated it because I was like, wait a sec. Now keep in mind, I was around 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, let me get this straight. So we're going to listen to the radio, not music, people talking. That was the most boring thing that you could have ever dropped.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But then when you're passionate about something like Star Wars and you're listening to other people, basically spill their heart out about it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's very captivating.
It is.
And it's very addicting. So yeah, podcasts are great. I was never that guy,
But now you are.
And now look at me. Now I'm doing it.
Look at you. Look at you, kid.
Look at me. I wish I was wearing a college shirt.
Our little boy is all grown up. Look at him.
And
Swingers.
Dude, great. I love Jon Favreau.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah.
The man's a saint.
Canonized. A saint.
It's very true. Very true.
It's true. Yeah. So no, Brews and Blasters t-shirts. I just wanted to let people know to get up. We got swag now. We got some stuff. We have all new Brews and Blasters t-shirt designs that are available in the RetroZap store on TeePublic. We have new logo designs, and we have get this, James Volpe. He made up all these different designs for like all the Boston teams. So we have the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Bruins. Haven't done the Patriots yet, but it'll be coming. But I mean, we have the Red Sox, the Celtics, and the Bruins coming up for t-shirts.
I seen this and I really like it. So thank you, Jimmy V.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, Joe. We should get some cheap Red Sox tickets. The bleachers.
Oh yeah.
Drink a handful of beers and wear those shirts and see what happens.
I think a lot of good things are gonna happen, or we'll get arrested for copyright infringement. Whatever happens first. Whatever happens first, man.
Joe, we need a lawyer up.
Yeah. Where else are you gonna hear that in Star Wars podcasting this week? I don't know. Oh yes. The second thing we have for swag is pins and patches. All right. We have some for you guys. If you didn't get the celebration or you missed us a celebration for some reason, we just didn't sync up. We have a ton more. All right.
Just let us know.
We're just mailing them out. We don't care.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, you don't got to pay for nothing. You want one? Brews and Blasters at RetroZap.com. Let us know. As long as we have them, yeah.
It's very true. Like I really liked your statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care. We really do just mail them out.
Yeah.
So don't be shy. Let us know. Drop us a line, and we'll get them to you.
Yeah. We actually, you and I got to probably talk after this. We got a stack of things we got to mail out.
Dude, I have 4 patches left, so I have to actually reorder patches.
Oh, my God on me, huh? Look at this.
Not for nothing though. Like, that's a good feeling.
That's a great feeling.
So I mean, a few of them around.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, we met people all around the world, which was really cool.
It really was amazing. It was truly, truly amazing.
It's like I always say, Joe, we're not local, we're global.
Oh, man. All right.
Once again, sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're sorry. Coming soon to a cable access TV station near you. We're going to be growing up.
Hey, we're working on it. You're laughing. I really like this idea.
It could be amazing, really.
It really could be.
Yeah. All right. I want to start off on Wednesday, all right? The Wednesday before Celebration, because that's when I left for Florida. Is that when you that's when you left too, right? You left in the morning.
Yep, we left in the morning. I believe we arrived, I want to say anywhere between 11:30 and 12.
So I get through all the security and everything like that at the airport, and I'm at the gate waiting to get on the aeroplane. And
yeah, the aeroplane. Yeah. Did you have your suit on with your briefcase?
And I see a dude with a Star Wars shirt on. Now this is at noon on Wednesday, day before Celebration, going to Orlando. I was looking at him and go, Celebration? He's like, yup. He's like,
oh, nice.
I
like it.
I'm part of the R2 builders.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. So he got that exhibitor pass. Oh yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we sat like right across from each other. We talked a little bit, but I was kind of freaking out on my flight. Mm-hmm. Great flight though. Gotta say, JetBlue was amazing. Loved it.
Yeah,
loved it.
We're not paid to say anything about JetBlue, but if you're gonna fly, we recommend JetBlue.
Yeah, it is so choice, as Ferris Bueller would say. Rogue One was the in-flight movie.
Oh, dude, how perfect was that?
Perfect. It's like someone new.
I as well watched Rogue One.
Yes.
And it was like when the movie was over, I watched Married with Children, one episode, right? And then
was that like on like the in-flight TV?
Yep.
Which episode of Married with Children was it?
You know something? He was like climbing a mountain and he met like some guy up there.
That must have been like the later episodes when it got weird.
Yeah, he was like taking notes. You know, it was like him and his crew, the No Man or whatever.
Yeah, okay, that's when it got really weird. Yeah, I kind of remember. Yeah, that was man, that show got strange towards the end.
I just loved how he used to just sit there and be like, "Let's rock,
let's rock." those were the good old days. Oh yeah, man, that's a totally different podcast, Chris. We should probably do. Yeah. I watched that way too young in my life. I that's all I'll say.
Dude, that's why every time I watch it now, there's all these like adult jokes that I didn't get that I get now, and now the show is even more funnier.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny how different. We should just move on. Married with Children's a weird show. that was a weird show for any era.
Great cast.
Amazing cast. Amazing. And David Faustino, of course. My favorite episode of that show ever was the time when they Kelly and Bud won tickets to have Anthrax come to their house.
Yeah.
You know the metal band Anthrax, and I was
of course, yeah.
I was like 12 years old when that show aired, and like I was just getting into like metal and Anthrax. Like I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
It was amazing, and so yeah, like it took me a long time to track down the song they actually played in that episode because they played for like 10 seconds. I didn't know what it was, and it took me because there was no internet really back then. You couldn't just like be like, "What's this song?" No one cared about the 10 seconds of Married with Children that Anthrax was on.
Yeah, you have a good point. There was no internet, so basically what happened was you just shrugged your shoulders.
Yeah.
That was great. I don't know.
Yeah, you either buy every tape that Strawberries is selling, and by the way, they don't have everything that Anthrax. They only get a couple of things there. So if you don't have the local Strawberries selection of cassette tapes, you pretty much boned on like whatever that song was.
Yeah, I'll go to Sam Goody's.
Yeah, exactly. Where everything was like $30, and you're like, please,
dude, right? Are you
kidding me?
CDs were like $18.
Oh yeah. When Newbury Comics came, it was like $11. It was a revelation.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. So, long story short, if you want to hear the song that was in that Married with Children episode, it's the theme song to the We Know Nothing. The Game of Thrones podcast. Yeah,
dude, and that wasn't even planned. We talked about Married with Children. You talked about Anthrax being on Married with Children, and now that song is being used for another show. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right?
Well, that part was planned by me. I will say that.
Oh no, I mean like me telling you about Married with Children. That's what I watched, and then you talking about Anthrax. I mean, come on, that's how we're synced.
Oh yeah, totally. We're totally in sync with that.
We're vibing.
We're totally vibing. Yeah,
we're doing the bowl dance right now.
We've been vibing for days. I mean, really.
Yeah.
It's
happening.
It is happening. It's crazy.
So we're doing it.
Yeah, this is it right here. Right here. I mean, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. I heard this on Married with Children. I'm like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. Yeah.
Welcome to.
Well, that's me. Well, let's stop that right there.
Romulus, Jabba the Hutt.
We can do a little bit of that. Just kick things off, right?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah. We're not even, Chris, I'm still on the plane in this. I have like...
Dude, it says we've been talking for 2 hours, and we haven't even started.
I'm still on the plane.
Joe's still on the plane.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, okay. Pretty much the second I get to Hilton Orlando, like it's already on. It's already Star Wars. There's like I swear to God, the 501st guys were in like the lobby the entire weekend. There was just like a party, a 501st party going on like in the lobby of the Hilton, like the entire time. It was crazy.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, there's garrisons around the world.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
to the left, to the right, front, back. You're gonna see one.
It was awesome. And remember the piano guy that was in the lobby?
You know what's cool about that piano guy?
He was amazing.
Ever since, besides for him being incredible, he was there from Celebration 5, 6, and then, because I remembered him, and he's definitely, you know what's weird? Like, you can't ask me a name.
Okay.
I won't remember a name, but I will remember a face. And that was the same guy. And he's just like, doing the cantina music. Like, and if you look at him, like, he's just doing his thing. It's not like he's doing this to be like, hey, look at me. Like, he's at work.
He's just jamming it out right there. Getting paid. It was amazing. Yeah, I walked by.
Someone's behind the curtain being like, you better play. Don't stop playing. Yeah. But my fingers hurt. I've been playing for 14 hours. You want to be famous, don't you?
Not this weekend. You go.
This weekend you don't have a family. You don't have a home.
This piano is your home.
Okay, play that same song.
No, but really, it was amazing. And I remember walking by like, that's funny, Cantina theme. I really love that. This is great. This is great. Yep. I can't wait to do this. And then he goes into Soundgarden Black Hole Sun.
Dude, how cool is that? Like, he knows the deal.
I basically just hit my knees. I'm like, this is amazing. Like,
you know what we should do?
What's that?
We don't have to do it during Celebration because we'll miss stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if it's back in Orlando, right? We should dress up like Dr. Uglyface and Ponda Bubba.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And just hang out near a bar until someone bumps into us. And we'll just do the
take
whole
a fight.
Yeah.
But we win this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, could you imagine if you had like a fake arm, though, and just drop the arm?
Yeah.
Like, ah! Just scream at the top of your lungs. What happened?
Always felt bad for Ponda Bubba because he was always like the guy in the middle, like, hey guys, chill out.
Oh,
and he was the one that got his arm cut off.
Yeah, he was always like, settle down.
Yeah. Like, his parents, how our parents were always like, don't hang out with him, he's bad news.
Exactly.
Like somebody probably said that and he was like, well, I kind of like Dr. Uglyface, so I'm gonna hang out with him. Now, what could happen?
I bet like in the hours, like the small hours of the night when they're like they're coming home from the bar, I bet like every time looks at him like, I know I'm not a good guy. Like, you're always there for me. I don't say it much, but you're like my brother.
Yeah.
He's like, look, you look at my face and I'm a monster. I wasn't supposed to be like this. And he looked upon it and he's like, oh, I'm so glad to have you with me. And so Pond is like, he's like, I can't get rid of the guy.
Ponda, I do bad stuff when I drink gin. I'm sorry.
He's like, I can't get rid. Like, how do I get rid of this guy now? Like. Meanwhile, 12 hours later, it's like, you better watch yourself. He's like, oh, here we go again.
I don't like you.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
Wow, you don't even know.
He doesn't like you either. He's like, what are we doing here? Now
he was like, whoa, buddy, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying some blue milk here.
You're really taking advantage of the fact that no one can understand me.
I'm trying to figure out how to drink something.
Yeah, I'm just trying. That's not what this is supposed to be. We're supposed to be having drinks and having a good time.
Yeah, well, there was always one. in the group.
Always.
All right, well, way off track. But that would be a good cosplay for us. It would make sense.
So I've checked into the hotel.
Stay on target.
Yeah, basically. And, Wednesday was I had a good time because we actually met up with, like, a ton of people right at the hotel on Wednesday night. We were, like, saying hi to a ton of people. It was awesome. But, you went for a walkthrough. You had a walkthrough of the whole facility before anyone got in there. I don't know how you scanned that one.
Yeah, but, I can't say how, but me and Alex were able to get into the show floor Wednesday, so we got to walk around. And man, I'm telling you, like, there was still a lot for the vendors to do. Like they were still hard at work setting up.
Oh yeah.
But we got to see all like the life-size displays and stuff like that, and take some pictures without like the mob being in there.
And you
which
and
was
Dengar
really
Dan,
cool.
You and Dengar Dan met Steve Sansweet that night.
Oh well, what happened was when we walked over there, right out in the lobby, Steve Sansweet was there, and always a pleasure meeting him. He's such a nice guy.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, and Jordan Hembrook from Toy Hunters, he was hanging out over there.
The Toy Hunter, great guy too. We have
excellent show.
We have more about Jordan later on in the show. We'll tell you that.
Yep. And did I run into anybody? I think that might have been it.
Yeah, that's about it.
But yeah, we ran in there. We took some pictures, and then we headed back because we met up for some dinner.
Yeah. Well, we met up at the pool. You, me, Dennis, Dan. Alexa, you, and Eswara from Beltway Banthas too. And we're drinking pina coladas. We're drinking, margarita. It was a great time.
I feel like when I'm in Florida, I have to drink Land Shark.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We're sitting by the pool. Well, it was me and Alexa first. So, we're doing our pool thing. I met up with the really cool guys from First Order Transmissions.
That's right.
I met up with
they were
Mark from Tops.
They stayed right down the hall from me, the First Order Transmissions guys.
Dude, it was insane.
Crazy. They're like two doors down.
It really was.
Yeah.
Or was it 3 doors down?
It was 3 doors down, buddy.
But literally. But yeah, so I mean, small world. Everybody, the Star Wars community was like right next to each other the whole time.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't escape it if you wanted to, but why would you?
No, you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, so me and Alexa, we're basically waiting for everybody to get in. Dan was arriving, Mac was arriving, you were arriving, everybody was arriving. Everybody was getting really prepared on Wednesday. Which was a great idea because originally, I actually had my plane and my hotel for Thursday morning, which was a terrible idea.
Oh, that would have been brutal. Yeah.
Dude, right? What was I thinking?
No, yeah, that's Banana Land right there.
Dude, perfect words. That is Banana Land.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it was a banana head, right? So I immediately...
Was that Shakespeare?
Oh, yes,
Banana Land.
But yeah, so long story short, I mean, we changed it to Wednesday, obviously.
Yeah.
So we the Hilton has a great pool area. There's a couple pools, jacuzzis. There's an outside cabana. You can get food, all that stuff.
I was pretty much the entire trip. Whenever we were by the pool, pina colada with the 151 chaser.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what
the floater,
you got.
The 151. Yeah, pina colada with the 151 floater. That was it.
You got to get the floater.
It was a good time.
And we got a when you're ordering your drinks, there was a guy sitting at the bar, and he was like, "Dude, get the wings."
Oh yeah, that's right.
How amazing were the wings?
He was just sitting there being like, "Get the wings." Never saw him again.
Yeah, I never saw him again.
He was like a Force ghost. That's right. Get the wings.
The wings you will get.
Yeah. Use the menu. Get the wings. Oh, that was so good. Then we had dinner at David's Club.
We did.
Yeah, it was amazing. I had a great mac and cheese. It was like scoping out the thing for the party the next night.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, on top of having to wake up, like, something. I feel bad even saying waking up early at 5:30. I mean, there was people camping out.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we didn't do any of that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you did camp out, I really mean this. I'm sorry.
You're hardcore. You're hardcore. Yeah. We're not hardcore.
Yeah, you know something? Like, we slept in. We
sure
slept
did.
Late. Yeah.
At 5:30. Yeah, we did.
5:30 because Thursday we wanted that exclusive 40th anniversary Star Wars celebration.
It's true.
Luke Skywalker and X-wing.
It's true. Hold on. Before I got to Thursday morning though, I did get back to the room and I'm like, I'm gonna be like Kevin in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I'm gonna order some room service. I'm gonna get a bottle. Well, I don't know if Kevin ever got a bottle of whiskey, but I definitely did.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
When I got upstairs, I passed out.
Yeah.
And then when we met up in the morning, and you were telling me about like the pizza, the whiskey, and I was just like, you had like a whole nother night. Like what the hell? Where was I?
It was basically just another half hour. But I'm like, I'm just gonna take advantage of this right now. I'm like, so there's a 24-hour convenience store that just sells like pasta, salad, and whiskey anytime you want it.
Oh yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I can just literally go down there at 3 a.m. and get some pasta, salad, and whiskey and a bottle of whiskey if I want. I'm like, well, how do I say no? How do I not try that once? I'm on vacation. How do I not try? How can I not? I got a bottle of Makers, and that was nice. It lasted the entire show. So I sat there. I got my little pizza, room service, and I had a nice little glass of whiskey, and I reclined in my repose, and I watched Rogue One again, and drifted off to Slumberland.
Yeah.
That's how I ended the night that night after dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like hopped up on cold medicine.
I know you were like fighting a sinus infection the entire time.
Joe, you got the stuff.
You were sharing Flonase.
I know, dude. It was bad.
Yeah. That's how you know you're friends. You know?
Oh yeah. Honestly, hey, thank you. Dude, you had like this great bag of medicine and Flonase. Dude, you were all like prepared. It was great.
Well, I did. I had the ibuprofen, and I had the Zyrtec, and I had the Flonase for the allergy. You know, I just wanted to cover the basics to make sure that like I wasn't like banged up on like day 3.
Yeah, you know what was great too is like hey, is it okay to take all this? Yeah.
Don't worry. It's fine.
No one cares.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, just take all this stuff. You'll be all right.
We're sharing, you're not really friends with someone unless you can share another man's Flonase.
Yeah, so Flonase, if you're not familiar, you stick it up your nose and you spray it.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And guess what? I didn't own it.
Call me Dr. Afrin.
Yeah. Dude. Well, I was doing Afrin, and you're like, "What are you doing? Just stop."
Yeah, I get the good stuff. Yeah. So, which was good because Thursday morning we get to the convention center, which, by the way, I thought the Hilton Orlando was connected, and I guess it technically is by like a 2-mile long walkway, but that was totally different than what I thought it would be, and we're taking cabs over to the front of the convention center, and basically the line the first day just to get into security, not even the line to get into the show, the line to just pass security was out the convention center, down the driveway, around the block into basically the Florida Everglades.
Yeah, it was like the next city over.
Yeah, we're in the dark. The sun hasn't even come up yet. We're in the Everglades.
That's right.
I'm like looking over
in the dark. Yeah,
I'm like looking over alligators and stuff. It was ridiculous. Thank God we were
in the trenches.
Yeah, we really were. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And so 20 minutes later, we get to the back of the line, and who do we see? I see 2 Retro Zap shirts fall off. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Michael Nipp and Dave Dahl from the Deucecast, right there.
Great guys.
In the flesh. Great guys. Love those guys so much. It was awesome. Just we run into them, right off the bat. It was really cool. And everyone's just hitting it off, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Dave gave me like some stickers. He just said, "Yeah, have some stickers." I'm like, all right. Now I got some stickers. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Mike gave us a really cool pin.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the pin and patch trading was strong. I have I have a stack of pins and patches. I gotta affix to my my bag permanently. It's ridiculous.
I have at least 3 pounds of pins.
Oh yeah, definitely. So unfortunately, we got in line with them, but then like our media badges allowed us to like just basically run up to the end of the front of the line to go to a separate line. Chris, we had a whole different media entrance we didn't even know about till like Sunday.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why I'm really happy that one person spoke out, because we were probably a good 2 hours from the door. Then she must have grabbed somebody, or somebody must have complained so much that then they finally sent a crew member out and was like, Jedi Master and media come this way, and we're like, whoa.
Yeah,
so we got to skip that whole line, and we went in. It was great.
There was actually a totally different door that we could have went in for all 3 days. Who knew? Who knew?
Well, the first day, the one problem which they corrected.
Yeah.
The first day there was one entrance, and that's why the line was so massive.
They got it right the next two.
The
days.
next day. Well, they sent out a very professional email,
apology,
like, hey guys, we're apologizing. We're gonna get this stuff together. It's gonna be all set. And the next day, sure enough, all set. They opened up like 3 different entrances, and the line wasn't like that.
It was non-existent.
Yeah, there was a line, but it wasn't like that.
It just moved. A couple of minutes you're in. And I did get some good breakfast there though. Right at the convention center, I had like these nice like croissant things. I don't even know what they were. It was basically a breakfast hot pocket.
It was, yeah. You hooked us all up.
Yeah.
You were like, I gotta go eat something.
Yeah.
You came back, gave everybody waters, and then you had like 2 sandwiches.
Yeah, just eat them. I don't know who wants to, but eat them. No one asked for them. Yeah. Oh, at some point we met up with Chris from the Bad Motivator too.
Yeah. Well, something. It was perfect timing because right when somebody was like, okay, media and Jedi Masters, come with us, he was walking. I was like, Chris, come with us.
Turn around.
Because that poor kid would have been standing in that line.
Exactly. So the second we get in, we make a beeline for the wristband and exclusive voucher lines because Hasbro, we want that X-Wing Luke, exclusive from Hasbro.
We needed that.
Yeah, to get that, we needed the tickets. They were giving away little tickets.
We got the tickets.
Here. And we're meeting the Blast Points guys who are like crazy tall compared to us.
Yeah.
Like they were just tall guys. Unmistakable Star Wars. Handing out stickers in the main like waiting lobby. Oh man, it was crazy. Great guys though. Great guys. We get the ticket though. We got the golden tickets for that day.
We did.
Yeah.
Dengar Dan was on a mission, and good thing we're following him.
When Dan gets on a mission, man, oh man, you follow.
Honestly, he does his research, he knows where he's going, you just follow him.
Yeah.
And it was funny because one of the person giving out those tickets, remember they were like from this point on, we can't promise you're gonna get a ticket. And we're like, well, we're gonna stay.
Right.
And we got the ticket. We did it.
It turned out I didn't need the ticket, but
oh, dude, how funny! How funny!
That's a different story. We'll get to that. So, we the floor opens, and it's a mad rush. Day 1 of celebration. Everyone's running in, literally jogging, like supermarket sweep.
Before that, now when you're waiting in line with people that have been waiting in line for like an hour before you learn a lot from the people near you.
Oh yeah.
So I'm seeing all these bracelets, and I'm like, what's the deal? Because past celebrations, you didn't need, for the big major panel, you would need a bracelet for the people that slept out. But for just like the regular panels, you didn't need bracelets.
Every big panel needed one.
Well, even the smaller panels, you did too.
Pretty much.
And I'm glad we talked to that person because he was, that we got bracelets for the Dave Filoni panel.
That's right.
So I'm glad we did that because we were able to make that, and it was really cool.
It was amazing. Yeah. But remember 5 seconds after going in the gates opened, who do we see literally 5 seconds after we walk through the doors? Pablo Hidalgo. Literally 5 seconds. We're like,
well, it's...
Yeah.
What was funny about it is you have that anxiety, they let us in.
Yeah.
Now,
let's go.
Joe, you're going... Yeah, you're on a... We all had our own missions.
Yeah,
you're going to Kota Bakia.
Right? I wanted that 000 BT-1 torture droid set.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And I wanted the Ralph McQuarrie concept art mini bust of Han Solo.
Mm-hmm. And Dan wanted the Dianoga from...
He did.
Yeah, Gentle Giant.
Gentle Giant, they did how they always do their... con exclusive jumbo figures. They did a jumbo
kind of stuff. Yeah.
The trash compactor, and it had the foam trash. It was really cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
The foam, the trash.
The trash and the foam. The foam. Trash blasters.
So we're running in, and that's what we have on our mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is what we need to do.
Looking for a beelining,
We look to our left, and
he's just walking with us.
Dude, exactly. He was literally right next to us, right near
walking in.
Right when you walked in, there was a bunch of customized cars and stuff
Jabba.
like that. Yeah. And a life-size snow speeder, and then right when you got onto the floor itself, the carpet.
Yeah.
And there was an EFX booth with all their cool stuff there, and he was just chilling right there.
Oh yeah. He was walking with like oh crap, Pablo, just like right there, like right in front of your eyes. We're like, get it. And you know what? Yeah. What do we do? Whether do like, can you get a picture real quick? Yeah. And my God,
it was
couldn't be a worse time to stop and get a picture because everyone's running for the exclusives. He clearly had place to be. He's moderating the Filoni panel in an hour. You know?
Right.
Like, I'm like, he's like, yeah, totally. Like, not even like, oh, okay, guys. He was like, definitely.
He was a super nice guy.
Yeah, man. I am totally blown away by how gracious he was.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing too is he like took his time because there was 4 of us at this point, and we all took turns. It was like, hey, can I get a picture? Hey, can I get a picture? Hey, can I get a picture?
My picture
was just, like cool about it.
Yeah. My picture looks at me like I'm looking at Chris from the Bad Motor. I'm like, take the picture, man. Take the damn picture. Like that's the look. That's the look of me. I'm like, I don't want to bug this guy too much. Take the damn picture. Like that was the look on my face.
And what was great after that was we all kind of looked at each other and were like, good luck.
Yeah. Basically,
we all split up.
Yeah, it was like the breaking of the fellowship at that point. We all went our separate ways to do the missions. Yeah. That's it. And I like literally there was the best time because I got that Kotobukiya like in like about 5 minutes plus a Greedo pin, which I swear might have been the most exclusive thing at Celebration because they sold out in like minutes and everyone was asking me the entire weekend like, where'd you get that? I need that. I'll trade you for it. That Greedo pin is like, coveted at this point.
Oh, I remember. Because I was trying to negotiate something, and
later on,
some kid was like, hey, you want to do a trade? And I'm like, what the, dude? We're working here. We're trying to do something.
We're trying to buy figures. You want to trade me pins? Yeah. I'm like, well, if that guy was willing to trade me like 3 pins off his like lanyard, I guess I got something pretty good. So I might as well keep a hold on it,
Right. Yeah.
That was my whole thing there. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So
I'm very happy for you. You were able to succeed in what you wanted, and I didn't know that Gentle Giant was going to be giving out colored tickets. Like raffle tickets. They look like that. So I got green, and at 11 o'clock they call out the color, and of course, it wasn't green.
It wasn't green.
So I couldn't shop like a gentleman.
Green means go.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and for me, green means you lose.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, I was like, I got my BT1 and 000. It's stuffed into my bag. I looked like a Koopa from Mario at this point for the rest of the day because the thing is huge.
Right.
And it's in my bag.
Big.
Yeah. I had no idea what to do with myself after that. I was like, well, what now? What? Who? What? Hey! I had a moment where I got a little overwhelmed on Thursday.
Absolutely.
I was like, now what do I do? I'm a little lost. You know how everyone says like have a plan? I ran out of time. I didn't have any plans.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea what panel I was going to. I was like, I had to take a second to get organized.
Yeah.
I had to get organized.
To get situated.
Yeah. I head upstairs to, home, pretty much. Home base for me was the collecting track and the podcast panel, the podcast room. So I head up to the collector's track and I finally meet Mike Tarkin, Mike McDonald.
Mac Attack, yeah.
Mac Attack, that's it. I finally meet him at the collector's track. Where else, right? And his lovely wife, which is fantastic people, really.
They're both amazing people.
Amazing. So we both were making Jake Stevens from Forlom Dezuckus and oh god, what's his other podcast? Toy
Runner.
The Toy Run.
Like that,
yeah,
right?
the Toy Run. That's it.
Sorry, Jake.
Yeah,
it was great meeting you, buddy.
It was awesome. Great guy. My god, what a professional, cool dude. He was doing a 40 for 40 years of Star Wars collecting panel, and it was it was awesome to watch him do that. I got a Star Tot. You know, they were giving out those little like figure things.
Oh, you got one of those?
I have one of those. Yeah. I'm gonna show that to you. Pretty cool, man.
Those were really sweet. So if you're not familiar with these things, they're how big the package would you say? 6 inches?
Oh yeah,
like
maybe
total.
total.
The card.
The actual card, totally, yeah. And there are these little metal, like flat metal, like they almost like keychains, but they're not. There's no thing to attach to them. They're like like tokens almost, and they look like they're on a 3 3/4 card. And these are made after They're basically replicas of a line that was supposed to come out in like the 80s, called Star Tots, and they were going to be the kiddie line for Kenner. Basically, they were going to do like Star Wars kiddie toys that it never materialized. But they've been doing these for a couple of years at the Collecting Track and Celebration. This year was no different, and they did a fantastic job on these things.
They really did. They look great.
Totally good.
And by the way, the podcast is called Toy Run.
The Toy Run. That's right.
So if you want to check out Jake, check out the Toy Run.
From Forlom to Zuckus and the Toy Run. That's it right there.
And dude, the swag he had was great.
Oh yeah, great stuff, man. Great stuff. Great guy. He was at the he had a booth down there too on the floor with a bunch of other shows. It was good stuff. They're the Space Club. That's what they were doing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So after that, it was basically time for the Dave Filoni, Pablo Hidalgo, and David Collins panel in the Clone Wars. Looking back, it was Clone Wars and
like
Rebels.
Fantastic 3 on stage right there.
My God, yeah, totally. And
Dave Collins is a saint.
Every time I'm like, yeah, he really is, and like alum of Brews and Blasters, of course. Did Brews and Blasters episode 101.
That was like a year ago, and that had to be one of like the most chill episodes we had.
He called us from his car and he's like, I'm on the way to a movie, but I'll talk to you guys anyway. And then he's like, yeah, I'm not going to go to the movie. I just want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes later, and we respectively were like, hey, we know you need to go. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going. And we're like, whoa.
We're talking. Yeah,
Joe,
we're in this.
We're like, whoa.
Yeah, totally. So that panel was unbelievable. He was like, Filoni was showing concept art of Ahsoka from oh my gosh, concept art of Pre Vizsla, concept art of pretty much everyone except for Oppa Rancises, I'll tell you that.
Well, that is true.
Yeah, that is true.
Work is hard.
Work is hard, man.
But
and
you know what he showed concept art of. Now, there's always been a lot of talk about Rex, and
I know where you're going with this.
He hinted the idea of like, hey, that guy with the white beard in Return of the Jedi?
Here's a preview. Here's a little preview, you guys. Season 4.
It was a drawing, like the concept art. It was Rex.
I'll show you guys a little bit of season 4 here.
He was in the Endor Rebel gear, and I was like,
that's it. Yeah.
Are we supposed to see that right now?
Rex is. They showed concept art for season 4 of Rex in the Return of the Jedi old man gear.
And you know what we're talking about, the cool helmets that they have, with the little visor.
Endor, the old Endor guy.
Yes.
They're making
How
a canon.
cool is that?
They're making a canon that Rex was the guy in Return of the Jedi, and I couldn't be happier.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna go like forward with that, because that was just like some art that they were showing.
What he said was, "I'll give you a little preview. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little preview of season 4, guys." That's what he said.
You guys are doing.
Yeah,
I know what
you guys. I know you asked me the questions. But that wasn't all he showed. He said,
"No,
there's something from Clone Wars that I still haven't shown you guys." And,
but wait, there's more.
The other unreleased things I did online are of Clone Wars, but it's fully voiced. With Daniel Logan playing Boba Fett and Corey Burton playing Cad Bane, and we finally got permission to show a clip of a gunfight between Boba Fett and Cad Bane. You want to see it?
This is on the Retro Zap YouTube if you want to watch this.
Lights down and we'll see what we see.
Here it comes.
Yeah, so it's like Boba Fett in the gear, like the green and the red gear. And
the Mando gear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so hasty now, boy.
With Cad Bane. It was like,
Let them go, Bane. This isn't a fighting war. Always fighting for those in need. That's a quick way to wind up poor or dead.
so like Cad Bane's a hero. Boba Fett's a hero.
No more innocent people are going to die. All be locked up, all live in fear.
There's Embo.
A lot of familiar faces.
Oh yeah. Bosk.
Isn't that little alien dude Serapest there?
Yeah.
Now surrender. I'll let your friends walk away. I say, they give the kid his shot.
So here's the duel. I mean, there's nothing. It's just Cad Bane.
That's it. Just you and me then.
It's one-on-one Old Western.
Yep. And we're going Clint Eastwood on this. Boba Fett versus Cad Bane in a Old West duel. You could hear a pin drop in this arena. Like the hands, the fingers, twitching.
Oh yeah.
Tension.
Determination.
Perseverance. And they both fall. I'm like, is Cad Bane dead?
Well, you see something really cool too.
The final shot is Boba Fett's helmet smoking, and you find out where the helmet got the dent.
Exactly.
The origin of Boba Fett's dent in the helmet is Cad Bane from this duel.
How cool is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's only people are saying it's not canon, but I'll take it as canon as it possibly can.
Well, what I absolutely love is every time a celebration happens, and Clone Wars has been over for a handful of years now.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how Dave is constantly bringing new footage to the table. Dude, it's every time. And I guarantee you, next celebration, he'll be like, oh, we got a little clip here. We're gonna show you guys.
Yeah, you guys want to find. I keep on getting asked by what happened to Oppo.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Well, what was great is like right after that, I was walking around the floor, and I'm looking at toys. There's a lot of toys to look at, and I look to my right, and Daniel Logan is looking at some vintage Boba Fett figures.
No way.
Yeah, the Kenner figures, and he's beyond nice. So I was like, hey Dan, I just watched that clip from the Clone Wars with Boba, and he's like, did you like it? I'm like, dude, that's how he got the dent. And then some random person was like, is Cad Bane dead? and Boba was like, Boba Fett, what do you think? And I was like, damn it, you're cool.
Oh, yeah. He's so cool, man.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Just like such a cool guy.
What a cool dude, man. He's so we saw him at Rhode Island Comic-Con, and just really the coolest, most grateful guy. I mean, really.
He is. He loves it. He loves this.
He enjoys it so much, and it shows like the passion he has for the character and his performance, and it's awesome. I'm
right.
Yeah, so impressed by that, man. But yeah, is Cad Bane dead? Like my jaw dropped when I saw that. It was unbelievable. And if you want,
it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I speak for everybody. I mean, I love the Clone Wars, and for them to keep bringing stuff and showing us stuff, like, well, that's one of the things I was telling him too. I was like, there must be a lot of stuff, and he's like, there's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, that leads me to believe like he recorded a lot, and the fact that they were going that, forward with Boba looking like Boba Fett, the Boba Fett that we're used to. Like, how many more episodes were there? There must have been a lot. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that episode, it wasn't fully done, but it looked like it was pretty close to being fully
much.
Done,
I mean, that was the animatic. They had it all pretty much done. They just had to, get the send it off to animation to finish up pretty much.
Yeah, but all the movements were there. Like when we were watching the Bad Batch,
it was all scripted out.
Yeah, well, they were kind of floating. Like if they were supposed to be running, they were just floating. And
they
moving.
would send that to animation for them to do the real thing. But I mean, after that, I mean, they have that's the blueprint. I mean, the blueprint was done and finished.
Absolutely, and it was fully voiced too.
Yeah, so they basically only need that last step. It's an important step, but it was the last one.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's crazy. Yeah, I thought at that point I couldn't tell if both of them died. Like I know the dent. That's how the dent got there. But what if Boba Fett died there? The clone Boba Fett, and a new dude took his place.
See, that's what was really interesting. It was like right after seeing that clip.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, that's the dent in the helmet. Oh.
But wait, is Cad Bane dead? Is Boba Fett dead?
Well, that you can hear the people like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then like it was like how many people in the room were thinking what you were thinking? You looked at me and you were like, hey, is Boba dead?
Yeah.
And I was like, my mind wasn't even there. Like, it was just like, oh, the dented helmet, he killed Bane. Like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I had another Chris Farley moment. Relax.
Whoa,
that was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that if the helmet was dented, it protected him from the blast. But I don't know.
I mean, that just goes to show you, like, Mando armor, holy crap.
Holds up.
Yeah, what's that stuff made out of?
Yeah, exactly. What is it made out of, right? We want to know. We have to talk to the Mando mercs. Oh, geez. They were out in full force.
They were.
I mean, great cosplay. So where'd you go after the panel?
So I was still doing my autographs. So I had 4 autographs on Thursday scheduled.
Man, you were the autograph hound.
Yeah, I basically lived in the autograph area for like 3 days.
Yeah, we'd meet up and then we'd part. Good journey, and you'd go back to the autograph hall.
Yeah, I mean, you know where to find me.
Pretty much.
On Thursday, I had scheduled Steve Bloom. You know Zeb from Rebels.
Bingo.
Super nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how much I love box trolls, and he voiced a couple of the trolls. So we were talking about that, and he told me some really cool stuff. And he told me that, Rebels is really amping up. It's going to be great. And obviously, I will take his word on that because after what we saw, my mind is still like mush.
We'll get to that later, but we have things we can't even talk about.
So I met Brian, who the puppeteer for BB-8.
Right.
I met Angus, which was Gold Leader.
Angus McGinnis.
What a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I was talking to him about Rogue One, and I was like, dude, how did it feel? And he was like, he looked at me and he went like this, Joe, my heart's still racing.
Oh man.
And you know something? I love hearing that stuff.
That makes me feel good.
And it was great too. He was like, yeah, that was all new dialogue. I had to record new dialogue because, a new battle. And I was like, dude, this is pretty amazing. It's pretty cool to be talking to you about this, It's
pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing.
The last person I met on Thursday was our favorite hero.
Papa.
Dennis Lawson. Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles. Yes.
So I actually did say that to him. I said, it must have sounded ridiculous.
Okay.
But I was just like, me and my friends think you're an absolute hero, man. I mean, great performance, awesome character. And, he was like, he like chuckled and he, thank you,
I'm Dennis, and he was not Wedge.
Yeah. Kid, it's a movie. Stop sweating.
I was like,
wow. What's wrong with you?
You missed the part. I'm like, me and my friends think you're a hero, except the one kid who thinks that you weren't one in episode 4. But after that, you're fine. I wasn't able to get the pre-order. I wasn't able to get the autograph.
The lines were insane.
It was ridiculous. You had to wait for a line.
I'll tell you right now, you probably could have, but it would probably absorb at least 4 hours of your day.
Yeah, and right after, instead of getting autographs, I went over to the Jedi News podcast panel, met up with Mark Newbold and James Burns, and man, their guests on that podcast panel were unbelievable. They went into author John Jackson Miller, Jason Fry, Jordan D. White from Marvel Comics, the editor of all the Star Wars comics, And
wow.
they had guys like Phil Noto just hanging out in the audience. Phil Noto,
that's cool.
Unbelievable art, like just hanging out. Dennis and I are like losing our minds sitting there, like watching this. We're like, oh my, just 5 seconds. Just give us 5 seconds after this podcast to talk to him. Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Were you able to talk to them?
No, they all left right after the panel, or while the panel was going on. We're like, it was crazy. But man, those Jedi News guys, they're brothers. They're brothers now.
You guys.
They really are. They're brothers now. And it was awesome. I mean, I ran into people like after that, like Riley and Bethany from the Star Wars Report. I mean, so I'm gonna miss people I met, and I apologize right now for that. But I mean, we met so many people that I've been looking forward to meeting. Michael Morris, oh my God, what a dude.
Great guy.
And his wife, I mean, fantastic
awesome.
people.
If you guys are listening right now, if any of you guys are listening that we met,
we love all of you.
We appreciate all the support. We really do love all of you guys.
We were saying there literally wasn't one person we met and we're like, I don't care for them, actually. Everyone we met was just better than I could ever expect.
Really stand up.
Yeah. At that point, I stayed for Jedi News, and then Coffee with Kenobi was right after that. Hung out and watched them, too. Mm-hmm. Met Mike Pilot from Full of Sith in there. A bunch of people in the audience there. Awesome. Corey Clubb, Dan Zier, finally meeting face to face. Then brothers. We're brothers now. It's awesome.
Great guys.
Yeah, totally. After that, it was time to get down to that Hasbro booth because it was after 2 p.m.
Yep.
Because I got the golden ticket. You know, it was time to use that. I get in the line. The ticket was useless, Chris. The ticket was useless. They had opened up the line to everyone.
So I was, Dennis Lawson, he ended up showing up a little late. So I waited an hour and a half for his line. And Alexa was like, well, since I'm just waiting here with you, do you want me to go get your Luke figure? And I'm like, that would be great.
That's love.
Now on the ticket, it said a time to go. It said 2 p.m., right?
Uh-huh.
And at this point, it was like 5 o'clock.
It said any time after 2. That's what it said.
Oh, okay. Because people in line were like getting me nervous. They were like, oh, if they still have any. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, Alexa, see what you can do, you know? And then she called me and was like, hey, I got the figure. They didn't even ask for the ticket. And I was like, what?
Wow. Yeah.
But what they did was they marked her badge with one of those UV ray markers, you know, so you can't see the line on your badge, but if they put like a light on it, you know, like a special light, would be. Did they mark your badge?
No, they didn't do any of that. They opened up the line, Chris. When I get there, they said, yeah, we opened up the line. Now you can buy 2. You don't have to just buy 1. And the reason they said no one was coming in. I'm like, well, you told people anytime after 2 they were guaranteed a figure. So why the rush? There was no rush. So
but you know what happened is by Sunday they were completely sold out. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't have did 2 per person, or maybe stuck with the ticket.
They should have stuck with the tickets because the tickets
just so
is
everybody
organized.
got a shot. You know, this way they had enough for. Because what happened was the ticket will guarantee you a figure Thursday and Friday.
Exactly.
Saturday and Sunday it's open to whoever can possibly get in.
Yeah.
But by Sunday they were out. And Joe, there was a lot. They had a lot of pallets there.
I know. I was getting real worried when they said that, but the woman who was at the Hasbro assured me that it was guaranteed one. No, don't worry about it. I'm like, but this still isn't right. Like I blew an hour just waiting for my ticket. You know, like come on. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, it all ended up being good because I got 2 Lukes instead of 1. And I picked one up for Bill Drunowski from Trade Federation.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah. So I'm handing that off to him tomorrow. It'll be a good time. Yeah.
Well, you know, that was like the thing too. You know something? This is a great point. I was in line, and that's when I met up with Mac and his wife at, you know, obviously they were together.
Sure.
But I'm in line for Dennis Lawson, and then all I hear is Mr. Hut. and it was Mac, and I was like, oh man, you know.
Yeah.
And Alexa calls me and she was like, hey, apparently you can get 2. And I said, hold on, Mac, do you need one? And he's like, no, I guess Dan got him one.
Right.
And then I was like, nah, just get me the one, you know? And like, that's why I'm like thinking to myself, well, the thing is, like, I don't want to be greedy, but like, should I have got 2? You know?
I don't know. But I mean, you allowed someone else to get one, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, that was the whole thing. I'm like, well, you know what's going to happen is, like, if I get 2, I'm probably still not going to sell it on eBay, you know, because I don't really do that.
You don't want to do the eBay thing, you know? You're not looking to cash in.
I don't want to be that guy.
If I wasn't looking out for someone else, I wouldn't have bought one. That's what it is.
Well, and especially, like, you know, you go there with a certain amount of money, and it's like, you know, should I just buy doubles of stuff, or should I hold off and buy something really unique that I don't have?
Well, we'll talk about that, because that's what you did. Yeah. So at that point, I was like, all right, time for food. And I have never seen like a food court like the one they had that is just massive. You know, they had like the little like food stands like you'd find in like any like sports arena.
Yeah, there's little huts of all different types of food.
But they had like 250 of them. It was ridiculous. You could get sushi, you could get Chinese food, you could get Mexican food, you could get Indian food, you can get pizza, you get pasta, you can get chicken and rice, Spanish chicken and rice, which was unbelievable. My God, you can get ice cream, you could get crepes, you could it was ridiculous how much food there was. Hot dogs. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. I basically lived off like Mountain Dew and Spanish chicken and rice for like most of the entire trip because it was wicked good. And
well,
pizza.
What happened was I think it was after the Filoni panel. Alexa was really hungry, and well, I was really hungry too. So yeah.
No, twas I.
So, there was like a Papa John's and a Nathan's hot dog cart right next to each other. It was right on the lobby, and we're like, hey, let's get something, right? So I get a cheese dog. She gets like a little personal, the personal pizzas, know. And, it's basically junk food, you know? Yeah. And we didn't really know what the food court had to offer because we haven't been over there yet. So we're eating this slop. And then we go get Dennis Lawson's autograph, and then we stumble upon the food court.
Arroz y pollo, yep.
Dude, we ate there 3 times, Joe.
It's so good. And they had empanadas there. My gosh, it was so good. Yeah, it felt like the most homemade food there.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I feel like I'm eating at your grandmother's house now.
That's what it felt like.
It was like rice, beans, sweet plantains. It had the pulled pork shoulder, which is epic.
I know.
And then, like you said, there was all different kinds of empanadas too. Yeah, and then, of course, you wash that down with a nice Gatorade. Yeah. Get your electrolytes. You know,
you're back in business. Yeah.
Oh, you feel rejuvenated after you eat that.
That wasn't like slop food. Definitely not. It was real good. Whatever local restaurant they were coming from was fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of what I lived off of myself. I think I had Chinese food one time too, just because it was closer than that stand. But man, it was good stuff.
I wish I saw the Chinese food. I didn't.
I say all this to say that after the food, I was walking by like the Star Wars show stage, and they had a full size TIE fighter and a Rancor hanging out there. But I was walking like in back of it. There was kind of like an empty space. Just like a random like empty space you walking through, and I'm on my phone probably posting something. The internet was terrible there, so it took like 2 years to do one photo. And I'm just posting something while walking or texting someone like, "Where is everyone?" And all of a sudden, a T-shirt just lands at my feet.
No.
They had a T-shirt gun that is launching them, and they went along with this one because this was way off their like area. Like it's way out into like the main walking area, and I was just like some dude on the phone walking along. They must have targeted me and just hit it dead on.
You're like, look at this. Yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit him, and I got a free T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
What's it say?
It's something about like Banthas and spoiled milk. I haven't even looked at it yet. It's awesome.
What?
Yeah,
it's probably the most epic thing ever.
It is epic. I'll tell you that much.
You know how rare that shirt probably is?
Oh my God! They probably only they were the only place you could get them was from the T-shirt gun.
You're like, I don't know, a T-shirt got shot at me. I don't know. I was wiping my face with
I was
it.
like,
Whatever.
Okay. Here,
You
now
know
I
what's
have a
funny?
T-shirt.
I started watching a little bit of the live stream because I missed so much. And mostly celebrities were shooting that cannon. So that it was very possible someone very important shot that and you got it.
I looked it up. It was Andy Gutierrez. So thank you, Andy. You know, I know you listen. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that was
It couldn't have been Harrison Ford or something.
No. Although I did see Hayden at the Star Wars show stage.
He was doing it.
He was doing it. I saw him. I was at the stage when he came out. It was pretty cool. By that time, I mean, the day was pretty much over at that point. It was time to get home, get back to the hotel room, and get ready for the Retro Zap party.
Oh, that's right. Yep,
Yeah.
that was Thursday.
That was Thursday night, and it was a mamma jamma. Like we were saying, yeah, I mean, people were just flooding in. We had such a good time. I mean, well over 50 people, I'd say.
It was a great time, and I wish I had more time to socialize with everybody.
Yeah, we were just talking. You and I didn't barely even talked.
Well, that's true. Like, we barely talked. At the very end, you know, whatever pictures we posted with us together, that was at the very end. Like, hey, we're gonna go to bed. Like, I mean, it was like, all right, picture time.
What was cool about that, though, like, I know, like, if no one was there, like, if no listeners showed up, it just would have been us talking. But, like, we were talking to listeners and viewers, and it was so cool to, like, be able to, like, reach out and talk to people like that. It was really cool. Like, Dennis was talking to people, Mikey and Dave were talking to people, Mac and Dan were talking to people, and they were all coming out. They were like, oh my God, the Sandcrawler, the Deucecast, Starship Savers. Like, they were totally into it.
Right.
And, man, what a humbling and fun experience. I hope everyone had a great time there. Yeah, pizza was on me.
Great pizza. It was basically like the celebration after the Death Star, like, blew up.
Yeah, it definitely was. I had two moments like that at Celebration. It was that party and then the podcasters meetup on Saturday night. It was literally like Yub Nub. Everyone meeting up and hugging. Yub Nub. Me say Yub Nub. It was like everyone hugging and clapping hands and everything. Yeah, it really was. You know?
Well, that's why if we could have just got some Ewoks and had some of that music playing, it would have felt like that. Like, you know how like Wedge is like tapping people on like the shoulder. They're like, he's like hugging Luke and everyone's having a great time. They're all sharing stories and talking. It was like that.
Kyle LaMonica.
Yeah. 2 words for you. Kyle LaMonica.
Yeah. Matt,
we drank beer. We drank beers with the legend.
Yeah, really. I mean, awesome, man. So many people came out. I don't want to like call out like, you know, one person or every person, but we had a great time.
We really did.
Yeah.
And
Scotty Wright from My Star Wars Story and his family came out. Oh man, good guy. Well, good guy.
That's exactly what you're saying. Like, I'm actually happy to say that the list was so big that we can't give a shout out to everybody individually, but I'm beyond thrilled with how pleased you guys are with what we do.
Yeah, it was,
and that means a lot because you know when we started doing this, it was like, it's like, hey, is anyone listening?
We don't even know. Well, I can't tell you how many times we looked at it like, are we done? I was like, let's just shut it down. Like,
what are we
doing? No one cares.
Joe, we just talked about a sub for like 45 minutes. Does anyone care? And it turns out people care.
You do. Exactly. Amazing. So that was day one, guys.
yeah, that was day one.
Now it gets a little quicker because like day one was a big day, you know? Yeah,
we got established.
Yeah,
you know,
covered a lot of ground day. By the time I got back to the hotel room that night, I was tired like I didn't even know tired before.
Well, oh wait, no. When did you have like your whiskey pizza party?
That was Wednesday night. That was the night before.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that
pizza party. Yeah, totally different thing. Oh my God, yeah. Wednesday night I did Dennis and I did a podcast with Swire from Beltway Banthas too.
After that?
Like after the pool, we were out hanging. That was on Wednesday night. I was already podcasting by the time on Wednesday. It was crazy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, great time. We met Carly Lane from Nerdist. She was on the show too. Oh yeah, wow. Really cool. Nice. All right, Friday though. Another early. We get home from the Retrozap party. It's like we blink and we're already back up. You know, getting up in the dark. Yeah, Alexa got me a weird croissant thing for breakfast. It was delicious.
Oh, dude, that was good.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was, but it was in my mouth. It's so fast.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That was good.
Yeah.
Friday was my stressful day.
It was a tough day.
I booked so many autographs and photo ops in one day. I don't know what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But, long story short, mission accomplished. I was able to do everything with the help of, the good guys over at First Order Transmissions.
Oh, really they hooked you up.
Yeah, really saved my butt.
Good dudes.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, I don't want to fast forward too much in advance, but yeah. So Friday morning.
So people were staying up all again. We missed the 40th anniversary panel. John Williams came out of that the day before.
Oh,
we skipped. That wasn't even on our radar because we weren't even up all night. I mean, if you guys were on the live stream, that's the way to watch it.
People started lining up for that. When we first got to the hotel and we met up by the pool,
they were already lined up.
That's when people were lining up.
When we were at the Retrozap party, I got word that there were over 7,000 people already lined up for the Last Jedi trailer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how crazy it was there. I mean, so
that's why you knew you weren't getting in.
Yeah, we're like, okay, so our path is on. Our fate lies on a different path, as Obi-Wan would say.
Right.
You're in the wrong place. Pretty much. I mean, we're not. We were just like, okay, we'll catch it on the live stream when we catch it. It's exactly. That's how intense Celebration is. The biggest thing in the world. You're just like, we'll catch it after.
I still haven't seen all of the panels yet.
No, neither have I.
I watched about 30 minutes to the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I didn't finish it. I didn't. The most I saw from The Last Jedi was the trailer.
Oh yeah.
That was basically about it.
The Last Jedi panel. My God. I mean, so we get into I get into the convention center. We get in, and you go straight. I think you went straight to autographs, right?
Yeah. I don't even know who I went to first on Friday. Well, we're both meeting Hayden.
Yeah.
And I think you beelined it right to there, right?
Well, okay. So this is what happened. Hayden's my only autograph that I'm getting all convention. Okay. And it's a doozy because he doesn't sign much ever.
It is a doozy.
Once in a lifetime.
You had a last minute decision.
Yep.
And man, you nailed it.
So, I mean, for what Topps did, the magnitude of the autographs that they filtered through was unprecedented. Mm-hmm. However, the lines were also unprecedented. It was insanity because to get an autograph, if you wanted a photo op and an autograph, that's two separate times. You couldn't do that all together.
Right.
If you wanted a photo, you had to wait you couldn't buy it all at the table either. You had to wait in a different line to get a photo. And that line might be a good hour and a half. And then you had to get... All right, if you hadn't pre-ordered your ticket to get an autograph, you'd have to wait in a line to purchase a ticket to get an autograph. Then you'd have to wait in line maybe another hour and a half to get a photo. And then you'd have to wait in another line, and this line could be 4 hours long, to get your autograph.
Yeah, so for the A-list celebrities like Hayden, obviously he was sold out. So yeah. we pre-ordered our tickets. Now, they're saying for the A-listers, you would have to stand in this other line to get your 8x10.
Mark Hamill.
I think that was all so, it moved faster.
Yeah.
I think that was their thought process. But to be honest with you, if you put two pictures on a table, I think it would equally be the same. Like, hey, I want this one made out to me. I don't see that taking too long. So for them to have a secondary line to get 8x10s was I don't know.
I don't think it was longer for. I don't think it was shorter time for us. Like if you got in a line, it would have went quicker if it was all up at one place. By splitting up the lines, they were able to process them much faster.
Yeah.
PSS them. So they got more people through that way. But I think it amounted to all those people they got through waiting in way more lines than ever before. And that's why. So Dan had already met Mark Hamill, so he had the lowdown on all this. And he basically gave a whole day up to meet Mark Hamill. I mean, I love Mark, but I guess couldn't do that.
Well, he had a photo ops and an autograph.
Yeah, so he spent all day waiting in lines for the photo op, and I mean, it's gold to do that. But I mean, I don't know. I couldn't think about waiting a whole day in lines. Couldn't do it. That's just not who I am. I guess I'm not an autograph hound, really. So I was thinking, man, whatever I can do to cut down in lines would be better for me. Again, establishing that I'm not an autograph hound. I don't know how much I'd really even love an 8x10 with an autograph on it.
Right.
You know? But a figure signed by Hayden Christensen. Now I got the idea burning in my mind. That could be really cool. And I would be able to skip. I wouldn't have to get the autograph line. So I could just skip that line altogether.
Honestly, it was genius.
Yes, totally. So as soon as I get in on Friday, I'm hunting the vendors. I'm hitting them up, and I'm trying to find. I just want a cool Hayden, like a Hayden Christensen, Revenge of the Sith vintage card. That's all I'm looking for. You know, it could be an Anakin, it could be whatever. I find one of Hayden, like Revenge of the Sith Hayden, with on a vintage card. But it doesn't say Anakin Skywalker, it says Darth Vader. I've been looking for a Darth Vader as Hayden, carded figure since 2005. I mean, they're exceedingly rare. Well, maybe not exceedingly, but they are rare. They're cool. And the vintage collection in 2011, I mean, it's an awesome figure. I loved it the second I saw it. I pick it up, I make it mine. And I also find what's right behind that on the rack. The Ralph McQuarrie 2007 30th Anniversary Collection concept Boba Fett. You know?
Yeah, you found the right booth suited all your needs.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I've been waiting months to get this. I mean, I always loved that figure because it has like the original helmet that they use in the Rebels now with like the weird thing on the bottom with it's the goggles instead of the T-shaped visor.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe they used that in the Clone Wars too.
Yep, they did.
Clone Wars.
I pick that up and I take that off the rack. What's behind that? 30th Anniversary Collection Boba Fett from the animated series, like animated debut.
No crap, it was just all in a row.
All in a row,
dude. It was meant to be.
It was like they were all three of those figures were waiting for me right there. So I had to get all three. Boom. Next thing I'm looking at, I'm like, all right, I don't want these things to get smashy. I actually think I want to leave all three of these on a card because I love them so much. You know, I want these to be like testaments because obviously the Hayden one's going to get signed. It's going to be that's my showpiece right there. That's a work of art.
Well, the figure that you got, it's pristine. It couldn't be any more perfect.
I mean, I'm going to get that graded one day.
The only thing that if it was unpunched, you know what I mean? But I mean,
would have been nice if it was unpunched, but whatever.
Joe, I have one of those extra pieces. You can have it. Just put it in there.
All right.
I won't tell anyone.
Guys, don't tell anyone. All right, I'm getting this thing graded. We're a team here, right?
I really do have one, and I will remember to give it to you.
So we're not sponsored by these guys, but I just wanted to give them a shout out because they were so cool. I'm looking around, I'm like, I need a case for this thing. And I didn't even know if they sold cases on the floor. I'm like, I hope I find someone. I turn around, and I've mentioned these guys before because I like their product, Star Stands. Remember Star Stands?
Yeah. You got a bunch of stands from them.
GW Acrylic, all right? That's the company. They're from Britain. They're amazing, okay?
Good lads.
Yeah, totally. They saved us twice in the show. This time, I got the nice snap cases for the 3 3/4. I got a pack of 5 of them, so I was all set up right there. So now I have my case for Hayden. By that time, it's time to watch the Last Jedi trailer. The panel. Now, where were you? Did you watch that?
No. The first time I seen it, you showed me it on your phone. So basically, what I was doing is right when we got in, I had a photo ops with Hayden. I think it was 11:30 or something like that. So me and Alexa beelined it for that. And I'm telling you, right when we got behind the curtain and we actually seen him, that's when I was like, oh my God, man. I'm nervous now. Like it's real. Yeah, like he's like right here.
He's a real dude.
And dude, he is so nice.
What a
like
nice
one of
guy.
the nicest guys.
Really
and
is.
Like I just walked up to him, shook his hand, and I filtered out everything else. Like the guy behind the camera, you know, they just wanted to move you along.
Yeah.
But Hayden was not in a rush. I wasn't in a rush. And I'm like, dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much for coming. You're amazing in all the movies. And it really means a lot to me. And he just had like this big smile on his face. And he's like, oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Like,
he appreciated it.
He was so happy.
He just appreciated it so much. You know, like, I mean, he was even cool about jokes, too. People were having him sign like bags of sand. Yeah. And he was cool. He's like, I get it. Like, it was cool, you know? I mean, what a chill dude at this point. I'm so happy he was there and just embracing the fandom and welcome back with open arms, really.
It was fun. Well, what was really funny is, so we took the picture and I was like, damn, I think I blinked. I never blink in photos, man, right? So the guy behind the camera, he's still like moving people along. I'm like, dude, I think I blinked. And he was like, he looked back and he was like, oh, damn, you did blink. Wait over there. Right.
Oh, nice.
And then like they're like, oh, hold on, like we got to do a redo here. And I'm like, great, I'm the redo. So Alexa walks over to Hayden and she's like, he did it on purpose. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude.
Hilarious,
he's like,
man.
Oh, it's all right. He puts his arms around both of us. Boom, another picture.
Oh man, what
just
a nice guy.
A great guy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, really. All right. So I went to the Star Wars stage because it was already getting packed. That Star Wars stage had thousands and thousands of people watching this trailer there.
Oh, you watched it on like a big screen?
From the Star Wars show stage. Yeah, on a big screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It was, I mean, the sound quality was a little rough because it was streaming and I guess the audio is different, but man, it was something else. So let's go through it right now. All right? We're going to go through this Last Jedi trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it starts off, it looks like it's space, but it turns out it's not. You're on Octo.
Right.
That's Daisy Ridley. Looking a little out of breath.
Heavy training.
Oh, yeah. Mark. Luke.
Luke.
Just reach out. What do you see?
Leia.
Darkness. A balance.
It's so much bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'm getting chills.
Oh, yeah. These new speeders on the red planet of Crate.
Yeah. The visual effects is just phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
I only know one truth.
And here we go. Space battles.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
What? I mean, we started this show, episode 1, with a teaser trailer. Remember the Force Awakens? That was the very first episode.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. I mean,
hey, Brews and Blasters.
Don't go back and listen to it, guys. We're warning you. But man, what is it like? It's time for the Jedi to end. I mean, I've kind of been thinking this is the way it was going to go for a while. That, I mean, what does Daisy Ridley say? She says, Luke asks her, what do you see? She goes, the light, the darkness. The balance is so much bigger.
Right.
I mean, that's what she says. I think it's just as, like, we've been kind of speculating for years that Luke has moved beyond the teachings of the old Jedi Order. And the light and the dark are what matter, not the religious orders of the Jedi and the Sith. And I think that he thinks that the Jedi threw things out of balance just as much as the Sith did. That's kind of my interpretation of it.
I think it's so interesting because Star Wars is going such a different route at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's always been light and dark, and now it's just like, what are they doing? What's going on? Like you leave excited and confused, and I think that's the perfect way to take it in.
Oh yeah.
You know? Because we're going into this blind, man. Like, yeah, we just saw a trailer, and we'll see more. But if they keep giving us stuff like this, it's just kind of throwing you through a loop. And I speak for everybody. I'm really thrilled to see what's going to happen. I just feel like for the first time that just anything could happen. You know, like literally anything could happen.
People are saying like
there's no rules now.
No, there isn't. People, I mean, Daisy Ridley was like, Rey is going to discover that the person that she thought she was about to find on that island is not who she thought it was going to be. Like, Luke is not the man that she thought, or the Jedi that she thought she was going to meet. I mean, who is he then? What is it?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think
some people are saying that, like, all right, first of all, don't even talk to me of Grey Jedi. I don't want to hear any Grey Jedi crap. If you're
I don't think they're going to get into that.
If you're a Grey Jedi, you ain't a Jedi. End of story.
No, you're in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, if you use the dark side, you're not a Jedi. Done deal. There's no such thing as Grey Jedi. You know, but sorry, that ain't happening. And I don't know if Luke. I mean, I think Luke is more interested in the balance of the Force and understanding the Force as a totality, and kind of like what Palpatine was saying about embracing a larger view of the Force. I think in some ways that matters more than taking a side and throwing things out of balance. You know?
Yeah, I personally think like we're going to see a different side of Luke Skywalker, something that we've never seen before. I think he's going to be very powerful in all different kinds of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think on this island, I don't think he is alone. You know, I think he's I think he's communicating with, Force Ghost. You know,
okay.
I don't you know what I mean by that?
Oh yeah.
Like
yep.
Is he still talking to Yoda, Kenobi? Like is Anakin there? I don't know.
Have you heard a theory?
I haven't heard anything. This is just because I was kind of putting myself in his position, because it's all right, so he tried starting, the Jedi again, and he failed, and he went into exile. And it's, what would I do? I would reach out to the people that taught me, and because if you just stayed alone, you would go mental,
Hey, what is that bookcase with the like in the tree? Are we getting back to the trees?
The
double trees?
The trees.
The two trees? Yeah.
Well, we know there's one tree.
Yeah, I mean, like Rey has her fingers on an old book with the old Jedi symbol.
I love it.
Is that the Book of the Wills? Is that the Journal of the Wills, Chris?
Imagine.
Could you imagine if it is?
It possibly could. I mean, if Luke was in charge of teaching this new generation, he had to have some kind of literature. He had to have.
Why did he go to this? He went to this island to find out the origins. I mean, did he find the Journal of the Wills? All right,
it's very possible. Or if it wasn't there, he found it and brought it there. Something. All right. Just to know and hear Luke training and teaching somebody, dude. The first time we seen him, he was a farm boy, and now he's this greater power.
And he's in an ocean, a man from the desert.
He's doing his thing. He was left alone to do his thing.
I need to back you up for a second, because he said he's talking to his Force Ghost buddies. All right.
I think I want to say, yeah.
All right.
Obviously, I don't know, but I
gotta get this out.
Yeah.
I gotta get this out. Last night, I'm talking to Bill Gardner at he had a video game event for Perception.
Great guy.
Great guy. He has a great game coming out soon. He's like, you heard the theory, right? You know the shot of really pulled back of Luke on the cliff and Rey with the lightsaber, and all you see is her swinging the lightsaber from afar?
Yeah, and there's like a statue.
Yeah.
Type deal.
Yeah. People zoomed in on the statue, okay? If you look at the tippy top of the statue, real zoomed in, I'm not saying the full statue. I'm saying zoomed in, the little tippy top part. It looks like the shadow of Yoda standing there.
Yeah. I knew what you were getting at.
Oh,
because
so you did hear this?
I didn't hear it. I seen on Instagram.
Yeah.
People zooming in, and you know how they do like the red circle, like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't get like my theories from that. I was already thinking that.
You were, yeah. Like maybe he would be talking
I was just trying to put myself in his position. You know, like, because well, I mean, honestly, why would he stop talking to them? Like after like Return of the Jedi, when you see all three of them, the Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Do you think he was just like, later, dudes? Like, thanks for the lesson. It worked out.
I always thought it could go both ways. Like, would that be the last time he sees them? Maybe. Or it's not the last time and he's with them. You know, he talks to them all the time. Like, they'll always be with him.
Right.
You know?
Like, I don't think they're chilling every day, but I think if they're like called upon, not like a genie or anything stupid like that.
No.
But I just think it's like in a time of need,
if he's meditating,
would be there for him.
Yeah. So I took screen caps of the trailer while I was waiting in line for Hayden, because right after the trailer, I make a beeline for the Hayden line, which thank God I did, because I got right to the front, and I waited 2.5 hours for him. I mean, it was crazy.
And you helped me out big time.
Oh yeah, you cut right in. We were talking to there was some awesome people in that line too. We were talking to some great people.
Everybody was in the same.
Yeah.
You know,
we're all in it together.
Yeah, you're on the same boat. And that's why I was like, I was like, oh my God, Joe's like at least 50 people from the table.
We were pretty much at the front.
Which I don't know, like if you're thinking 50's a lot, it's not. That's borderline the front.
Pretty much the front.
And I'm like, hey Joe, and I like, you know, look at the other guys. I'm like, you mind? And everyone's like, no.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right in.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I took screen caps when I was waiting in line there for the Last Jedi trailer. I look at my own screen cap just to make sure nothing was doctored up. I zoom in on Rey with the lightsaber and the Rock, and I'm telling you, man, it could totally be Yoda.
Oh, when someone zoomed it in like a lot, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I think it is. But you know what's funny?
It could also just be a rock. I showed it to someone at work today who's been to Ireland. He's like, yeah, I mean, there are also just rocks like that all around too.
Yeah, like, dude, that's a rock.
Yeah.
No, but I thought the same thing. It was like, all right, well, you see her training, and what's the deal with that rock? But then when somebody like zoomed in on it, I was like, I really hope, I'm hoping that is Yoda, you know?
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be so exciting to see like Force Ghost Yoda just hanging out.
Can you believe, like, if it is, like, let's just say that the three Force Ghosts are there, Kenobi, Anakin, and Yoda, right?
Yeah.
And you got Luke. You're being trained by them four. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, mission time.
Yeah, it's like you're being trained by the best of the best.
The greatest.
And Rey already showed how powerful she is. Can you imagine how powerful she's going to be in this movie?
Oh my God. I mean, just the idea of like her hands touching the rock and everything starts floating.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh my gosh. So cool.
That's enough.
What's that?
Well, not to cut you off, but that's like another thing that I really find interesting is, you know, we're seeing Force abilities that we haven't seen before. And I like that.
Yeah. And that's not even talking about the Rebel Alliance. There is an amazing shot of these crazy like speeders that are cruising along with like this red dust being kicked up behind them, and these things look rickety as all hell. And Man, they look so cool. I'm thinking Snowspeeder on like this dry mining planet of Crete. And I look closely, there's walkers in the background.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's walkers.
I mean, I know, guys, we just saw the AT-ACT in Rogue One, but still, this is like the Empire walkers scene. They, you know, like there's that sort of poetry in this shot of like 20 walkers and like 10 speeders. You know, we're getting that in a totally different way.
What you're saying, the landscape is so cool because you have like white dirt, basically.
Covering red sand.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is it red sand or is that like the exhaust that's
red
being
sand.
blown out? Okay, I'm happy it's red sand because I was hoping it was going to be like, all right, because sometimes when something gets dried out and then you just kind of dig through it's nice. There's this vibrant color.
This is a mining planet, and it's an old rebellion, like an abandoned rebellion base where the resistance is set up. That's what it is. How cool is that? It's called Crate, Crait. That's what it is.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
And then Finn, we see him. You know, he's getting all patched up. He's pretty banged up, I guess.
Yeah, but he's in this like cool looking like pod.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I wonder if we get some cybernetic stuff going on. But I think him and this new character, Rose, are going to be hanging out.
Okay.
Kelly Marie Tran. Which I think is weird to name as Rose because, Rose is like such an earthly thing. It's a plant.
Yeah.
You know? You don't really hear that a lot.
I thought you were going with like it's such like an everyday name. Like, hey, it's Ann.
I know. Hey,
like,
Bill.
Hey. Yeah, Bill's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, Joe, Dan, the whole gang's here.
I mean, basically the only normal names you ever had in Star Wars are Luke and Ben.
Exactly.
And now Rose. But no, it's cool though. It's cool. But then you get this shot of Poe and BB-8 running full speed. Looks amazing. And of course, Poe's fighter blows up again. Yeah, but this guy can't keep a fighter.
But this is the black and orange one.
Oh yeah, again. Yeah, of course.
No, the one that blew up was
that's
white
right.
and blue.
It was a white and blue one. That's right. So who knows what he's gonna be flying? Then they show the Falcon flying in atmosphere again. Looks better than ever. I don't know who's flying it. Like, what happened? Did Chewie just take he must have taken the Falcon with R2 and left.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know at what point that is because you would like to think it's Rey and Chewie, but could it be Finn and Chewie? I don't know.
I think everything we're seeing is from the first act. If this is even going to be in the movie at all, there's a good chance, just like Rogue One, that none of this is even in the movie.
Oh, right.
Remember that. Who knows? You don't know. And or what?
Or since if Poe doesn't have an X-wing anymore, is he flying the Falcon?
Yeah, maybe. Could be Poe and Finn flying that Falcon. They make a good team. Could be new people. Maybe Chewie's on. Who knows? What happens?
Chewie's got to be on it because he's the last remaining owner of. Basically, that's Chewbacca's ship now.
It is Chewbacca's ship. You're right. Next thing you know, you see a picture of Rey running with the blue lightsaber, and then it shoots a Kylo Ren, and they changed his scar. Remember
you know what else I like too?
Yeah.
Is because I was like, it would be really cool if they change up the helmet, and you see the helmet, it's like smashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe there's no helmet, maybe there's a new helmet. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And I gotta tell you, his red lightsaber looks more fiery than ever.
It's more unstable.
Yeah, I think maybe because he's more unstable.
Oh, okay.
Then there's a shot of R2 and what I'm presuming is Luke in front of like a burning temple.
Oh, right, yeah.
And who knows? Who knows what? Is that a flashback? I don't know. And then you see
from Rey's vision.
Yeah, and then you see like a second one. It looks like the same time frame. There's fire everywhere, and you see Phasma walking through it. Of course, because that's what Phasma does, walk through fire.
Now, I think we're gonna see the darker side of Phasma.
Yeah.
In this, I feel like we're gonna see more of her.
We're gonna get to know Phasma a little bit more, and you know what? We're gonna get to know her more in publishing too, because they announced a comic and a novel by Delilah S. Dawson.
Yeah.
She did The Perfect Weapon.
Oh,
Bazine
sweet.
Mattel.
That was a great short read.
Yeah. So she's doing a full-scale Phasma novel, Chris. Yeah, I want to read that. Yeah. That got announced. Next shot, we have finally back to space battles. And it's over a blue planet. I'm seeing X-Wings. And something looks like in between like a B-Wing and like a Mon Calamari ship. I don't know what it is. It's a cool new ship, though. You remember these ships, right? It has like a big long fin on the bottom.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, these things look awesome. It looks like almost like a blockade, and like TIE fighters flying through them.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see like what base the First Order has. You know,
Yeah,
like
well, they have that one on Crate, and I don't know after that.
Well, they don't have any super weapon at this point.
That's
true.
true.
So is it them just getting themselves established again, or maybe where Snoke is, maybe there is another? Well,
right. Yeah, the First Order. Yeah, I thought you meant the Resistance for some reason.
Oh no, I feel like I feel like they totally know what they're doing at this point.
Mhm.
I think they have bases everywhere. I think they have, people undercover. I think they covered all aspects of what they're doing.
Totally. I mean, then you just see Luke and the it's time for the Jedi to end, looking out the door of a cave. I mean, I've seen people compare this to everything from Ahsoka, a painting of Ahsoka walking out of like the fracture in Darth Vader's mask in Twilight of the Apprentice. I mean, John Wayne and the Searchers, like walking out the door of a cabin in the Wild West, being a loner and a person with no home, no place to return to. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff for this. I mean, it's an amazing shot. I'm so excited for Rian Johnson's vision on this movie.
Oh, I think he's going to do a killer job with this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I love too? There was a little interview that I watched, and he was talking about when he was a kid and how he played with his Star Wars toys, and how they all fell apart because he played with them so much, and how he had the Millennium Falcon. He would throw it around like across the room because he wanted to make believe like it was flying.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine that,
Oh yeah.
like, loving something so much, and now he's directing the sequel to The Force Awakens.
It's unbelievable.
It's unreal.
Oh
but
yeah.
That's what I love what they're doing right now. You had look at Gareth Edwards, J.J. Abrams. Now we have Rian Johnson. Like, look at these. These were fans. Now
they're creating it.
The passion for these things means so much, and that's why we're getting pure gold.
It really is. It really is pure gold. So right after the trailer, I meet Hayden, like we were saying. I get in line. I finally meet Hayden. Man, he shook my hand. He shook my hand twice.
How cool is that?
All I said was, man, I just really thank you so much for being here. It means so much to myself and everyone else here. Thank you. You did. I loved everything you've done, and I sweetened him up a little bit. I told him the truth, but I wanted to let him know that I really appreciate him as an actor too. And I said, I liked you in Shattered Glass. I liked you in Vanishing on 7th Street. Thank you so much. And like the eyes went big on that one. Then he gave me a second handshake.
That's cool.
And he signed the figure. He thought it was cool. I mean, we're the same age, and it was like, hey man, thank you. It was kind of like that,
Right. Yeah, you were in front of me, and then I got my 8x10 signed.
Yep.
Because I'm an 8x10 guy.
There you go.
And I basically said something very similar. Thank you for coming, and you're awesome, and we should like hang out and become best friends. I didn't say that, but I was just telling how much I appreciate him, and it really meant a lot for him to come because we all know he's never done this before. He went to a celebration, but he never did this.
No,
and the look on his face, I feel like he's going to be doing more of these. I think he really enjoyed himself.
Oh yeah. So after that, we split up again. I made up with Dennis. We hit the Rancho Obi-Wan booth. I meet Steve Sansweet. I see the running of the Wilro Hoods as well. Unbelievable. These guys are dressed up like Wilro Hood from Empire Strikes Back with the ice cream maker, Yep. Oh, so fun.
There was a lot of them, man. There was a ton of those guys.
Hundreds. It was crazy. I see Gary. at the Rancho Obi-Wan booth, I see Gary Fisher, Carrie Fisher's beloved dog. I meet him. He runs right up to me.
How cool! He was a nice dog.
He looked at sweetest personality dog in the world. He was hanging out there. He was kind of walking wherever he wanted to, and he saw me and walked right up to me. I'm like, oh, buddy, what's up, man? And you look at him and you just see all this love that Carrie poured into this dog, and it's like he embodies all of that. You know, it feels like he's taking that love with him. You know, like because he's such a sweet. I don't want to make you cry, man, because I'm getting emotional talking about myself.
Well, I know that you told me that, and then he graced me with his presence on Saturday, so I'm so happy that I got to pet him and take a picture of him. It was cool that we both had a moment with him, and that was something that was very unexpected.
Totally unexpected. Totally. I wasn't, I didn't go
I don't know what social media I put that on, but I was like, I just met the biggest star of Celebration.
Gary Fisher. Yeah, it was on Instagram. So Rancho Obi-Wan's booth was amazing. They had it set up like the ultimate Star Wars room from 1979. And what do I see there? My lamp. My Darth Vader lamp that I was talking about on the Sandcrawler.
Yep. Yeah, I got one of those too.
Oh, man, I love that thing.
But his was working and everything.
Mine works.
Mine works, but you know the little Christmas lights? I think like 2 of them popped out. But it still lights up.
My Christmas lights work, man. They're original. They still work. I love it. I met Steve Sansby. I didn't get anything signed or anything, no pictures. I was like, I just thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate everything you do. And I was like, I love that I have that lamp. He's like, oh yeah, it was so cool. I wish I got a picture with him though. I really do.
Yeah.
I that was a missed opportunity for me.
Well, there's always next time. He always sets up his booth and stuff like that, and he's like beyond generous and kind. So
yeah,
there'll definitely be another opportunity. And plus, whenever you want to go to California and go to Rancho Obi-Wan, I would like to do that.
Oh yeah. After that, I met up with the guys from Star Wars in Character. Fantastic podcast. They were doing their obscure character face-off, and what a turnout. What an event. They had hundreds of people filling the Rebels Theater. Unbelievable. If you guys can ever see this show, watch it. It's hilarious, and it's a lot of fun. Huge turnout, super professional. Galactic Nights is going on at this time, too. We didn't go to that. I mean, Mac did, Dennis did. A bunch of people had a great time at Galactic Nights. You and I, we hung out, we just hung out at the pool. We got a little dinner by the pool that night.
Oh, that was good because
feet in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, your legs are numb.
Yeah.
Your feet are destroyed.
We needed some therapy that night. Feet in the jacuzzi was like a lifesaver. Because 2 days on that hard concrete, man. Oh, dead.
Well, when I was living in the autograph area on Friday was my stressful day. So after the Hayden stuff, after that meet and greet, which I'll never forget, I met Riz Ahmed, and I had to ask him how heavy that backpack was with the communication line.
Oh, yeah.
And he said 40 kilos, which ends up being 88 pounds, which is insane. Because when I was talking to him, I was like, I know you're a great actor, but were you acting or was that like really heavy? And he was like, dude, it was so heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and I had the promo poster from Rogue One signed by every Rogue One guest that attended. And I was like, and I had to say this too, because not him. He was so cool. And if it was up to him, he's one of those guys that would talk to you for like 10 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
But I was just like, hey, I also have to let you know, every time I hear Rogue One, I think of you saying Rogue. And he like gave me that face, like, thank you so much.
He's like me too.
Yeah, he could tell that it meant a lot to me.
Yeah. I mean, if I could have spent the time waiting in lines, I would have met all these people.
Oh, I'm a huge autograph guy. No, for myself, I never sell my autographs.
No.
Most of them are made out to me. I think 98% of them are made out to me.
Oh yeah, totally.
And but it was awesome meeting him. I met the whole cast of Rebels, and that was really exciting. And like I said, the guys from First Order helped me out because they talked with these voice actors so much.
Yeah.
And it was to the point, like when we went up there, they like remembered who we were, and that was really cool.
That was pretty cool.
Well, especially Vanessa Marshall.
She remembered you from like years ago.
Dude, it blew my mind. I had to meet her a strong 2 years ago at the last Star Wars weekends. And, you know, that's when me and Alexa were engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I gave her like a collector's hut thing and stuff like that. And when I went up to her, I was like, hey, Vanessa, how's it going? She's like, hey, how you been? And I was like, oh, you know, maybe she just has a very friendly personality.
No.
I was like, yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm Chris. I talk to you once in a while on Twitter. I'm collector's hut. She's like, yeah, I know. Did you get married? I know you were engaged. And I was like, what? So she and I was like, yeah, you know, June will be a year. And she's like, well, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
And I was
unbelievable.
Like, dude, like my fate, I like.
Who remembers that?
Yeah, Joe, I don't know what shirt I wore 3 days ago.
Jesus, exactly.
And she knew, she remembered that. It really meant a lot.
Chris,
you know?
I've never met her in person before, and I see her the next day at the Rebels press conference. She looks right at me, gives me a wave. She's like, I'm like, oh, like she clearly knows who I am.
Yeah, well, we did that press conference with her before.
Yeah, she reads the site, I think, from time to time. She's retweeted and favorited stuff totally. So I mean, pretty cool. I mean, she's an amazing class act. I mean, really. I mean,
everyone's just so cool, and it makes the experience so amazing and so unforgettable. And when I met Freddie Prinze Jr., you know. It's crazy. And I was like, dude, like I can't wait for season 4. And you know, he likes to say the word dude too. And he was like, dude, it's unbelievable.
All right.
And I'm like, I will take your word on it.
Before we'll get into that, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. We're halfway through this, man. We're halfway through.
Before we go, now Friday was really crazy. And I had to keep myself like, you know, organized and all that because I have so much stuff in my backpack.
So
that
busy.
I'm getting signed.
Yeah.
Dude, I look over to my right. Who do I see walking with handlers? John Knoll.
Oh,
nobody.
My gosh.
Dude, nobody's going
almost
up to
forgot
him,
about this.
Yeah, I almost did too. And I ran up to him. I was very prepared for once in my life. I had my black Sharpie and I had my Rogue One promo poster, the little one. And I was like, dude, thank you for Rogue One. It's amazing. And, you know, because he was the one that pitched the idea.
Yeah, it's his idea.
Yeah, and I was like, and he signed my poster, dude. And I was the lucky one because when I said thank you, he signed my poster and I walked away. People went up to him and the handlers were like, nope. And then he left. Now, did I ruin his floor experience for Celebration? Possibly.
Maybe.
But you know something?
But
that's
you know
a
what?
once in a lifetime deal.
He did it. He did it for you.
Oh yeah, he was really cool about it.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't push my luck. I didn't ask for a picture. I knew time was limited, and I just it was so cool to get that. I mean, he's like he's like what is it, like the chief? I mean, he's up
he's
there.
He's like the head of ILM, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, amazing score, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right.
Going break.
From a galaxy far away, it's Brews and Blasters, Rebel Scum and IPAs. It's Brews and Blasters, Sith and Jedi agree. It's the only podcast that you need. Tell your droid to dim the lights. It's Brews and Blasters tonight.
Hey everybody, it's me, Jim Cummings. And you are listening to Brews and Blasters. And as my dear friend Hondo Onaka would say, don't forget to remember to watch these guys and listen to their words. They are multi-wise. I'm talking about Chris and Joe. Now hand over the psyllium and nobody has to get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. That never gets old.
No. Rebels. Saturday was all about Rebels, pretty much. That's what it all started out with.
Yeah, and man, did we have a good day.
So I picked up my media bracelet to get into the panel and the press conference the day before.
Yeah, you're beyond prepared.
Yeah, it was good. But I mean, I wanted the whole crew. I wanted to make sure everyone, the whole crew got what we needed. So we got up early. We're not in lines this time. We ended up getting to the convention center early. To pick up our bracelets, we had to go to some secret room. We basically ended up hanging out by security until they opened up the show. And
once again too, Dan did the ghost recon. Because I'm telling you, the email that we got, it wasn't that room.
No, it's true.
Or was it that room?
But it ended up being that room many times. We were up and down that whole convention floor. But man, we were sitting out in front of that on that bench like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out there being a little surly, a little tired, a little cranky. But you know something? When we get into the Rebels panel, front row or second to front row, right in back of the medical. Yeah.
Well, that's because you got some killer seats and you held them for us.
I did that for you guys, and we're all up there. The RetroZap crew. Next thing we know,
Mac.
Yeah, me and Mac, man, Joe and Mac, caveman ninjas. Yeah. Oh, that morning we ran into John from Super Awesome Geek Show. Great meeting him.
Yep.
James Jawa.
We ran into John.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. So we're at the Rebels panel getting psyched up, and they do a pre-show at the Rebels panel. Who do we see there? Shaz Bazaar from Techno Retro Dads, full Hondo Wanaka gear.
He went full Hondo.
He was full Hondo. I mean, he was him.
And most of the time, you never go full Hondo.
You never go.
But he went full Hondo.
He was full. You never go full Hondo. But man, he looks perfect. He was Hondo Wanaka. Yeah, I mean, there's a picture of me just hanging out with like arm in arm with Shaz, and I am just ear to ear smiles. Number one, because I'm meeting Shaz. What's that?
I didn't know you took a picture with him.
Oh yeah. Number one, because I'm meeting Shaz. Number two, it's Hondo. It was awesome. Oh yeah. It was.
I can't wait to see that picture.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
You got to put this stuff on the Instagram. The Instagram.
Oh yeah, we'll talk after. We got something going. You need to join it. All right,
guys. This is a perfect example. I was with Joe every day.
Oh yeah,
and there's still things that
we're
I
learning.
don't know and he doesn't know.
Oh yeah. We're learning things today. Yeah. So the Rebels panel was awesome. We learned a lot of things about Rebels Season 4. I'll tell you that much right now. It's the last season. That's true.
Yeah. Well, you know something? This is something that we're talking about.
16 episodes.
Oh, wow. It's kind of a short season.
Yeah, a little bit.
Too. But, this is something that we were talking about a while back. And we're like, I think this will be it. That's why it's we are sad. But at the same time, I think we already prepared ourselves that this was going to be the last season.
That's pretty much it. They also said it's going to play out like one long story arc.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so finally we're getting this is how I wanted the Clone Wars to be too. I wanted the entire series of Rebels to be one long story arc. That's how I like it, like one long serial story. So this is going to be pretty cool to really have it play out that way. Very excited about that. And we saw a lot of cool stuff. I mean, what can we say? I mean, Thrawn's coming back, but from Legends, Thrawn's bodyguard, Rook.
Yeah.
He's coming back, and he's played by Willow.
Warwick Davis.
You are great. I mean, I look at you and I go, that's Willow. It was amazing to see Warwick Davis live.
I actually think you turned and looked at me and said, It's Willow.
I did. I looked at you and I'm like, that's Willow right there. 8 years. I was literally 8 years old again, seeing him there.
It's a time machine, man.
Celebration is a time machine in a lot of ways. It really is. I mean, there's so much, but I mean, the trailer for Rebels. I mean, if you thought the Last Jedi trailer was epic, this thing is on the same level.
Yeah,
it's on the same level. before we get too deep, let's just hear it, because what can I say?
The trailer is breathtaking.
It was a simple story about a boy who was lost and a girl who was broken.
Sabine.
Aye.
They fought alongside a survivor,
Zeb.
a war veteran,
Chopper.
and a fallen knight.
Kanan.
I led them into battle against an evil so terrible
Thrawn.
it tried to black out the stars. We fought for each other. We fought for those who could not. But we never imagined it would end like this.
Wolves. TIE Defenders.
This is a
Yavin.
time of difficult choices.
U-Wing.
Sometimes impossible ones.
As long as we're together, we've got a chance.
At least we'll go down fighting. All paths are coming together now. It's time to get to work. We are the balance.
Callus looks awesome.
We were meant to be Jedi so we could be here now. When Lothal needs us most.
X-Wings!
May the Force be with you.
Uh-huh.
There's so much greatness. You know what I didn't notice until just now? It's almost like Hera is... I wonder if that voice clip is the last episode and she's talking to somebody, because it's almost like she's telling a story.
Yeah.
Like if these guys aren't with her anymore.
I know.
Doesn't it seem like, now that I really listened to it, it kind of seemed like she's like, yeah, we got into it and we had some really brave people and we never thought it would end like this.
Yeah, like maybe it's her like telling a story, like, you know, General Syndulla, how did you join the rebellion?
Right.
You know? Like amazing.
But the things that I loved about it so much is X-Wings, U-Wings, Yavin. We're getting so close to Rogue One.
Callus is Rebel.
Yeah,
you know?
Callus is a Rebel.
Yeah. They said that Rebels Season 4 will not feature the Battle of Scarif. That's what they said. It won't cross over.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Which totally makes sense.
So, I mean, whatever happens with the Ghost after Rebel Season 4 will kind of be explained, I guess, by the time of the end of the series.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that's...
We also see the return of some beloved Clone Wars character.
Oh, yeah. Who are you talking about?
Bo-Katan.
Oh, that's right. Bo-Katan's back.
She's back.
I mean, is Ahsoka back, though? Is Ahsoka back as the wolf?
I'll tell you right now. I mean, nothing's official, but if this is the last season, we're definitely gonna see something. Ahsoka's gonna pop up in some shape or form.
Chris, is Ahsoka the wolf?
I don't know.
I think she's the wolf, Chris.
Then what about the owl?
The owl, the wolf, she's all of it. She can shapeshift now.
Oh.
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, but they're riding the wolf. I mean,
yeah, the wolf's cool.
That's as Filoni as it gets.
But doesn't it seem like Sabine is almost like knocked out and Ezra's like riding the wolf, like holding her?
Yeah, to like save her, yeah. I mean, what will happen with Sabine and Ezra, you know? Will they finally kick it?
Sabine and Ezra?
Yeah.
I would like to, you know me, dude, with romance. I would love to see. I want to see Kanan and Hera get it on.
Hey,
I want to see it all.
This is my prediction. I think that Hera gets pregnant.
You know, you're saying that when we're walking out of the panel.
Yeah. I think that, you know, maybe that's kind of how Kanan and Hera, maybe they make their exit after Scarif because she's pregnant. You know, like what if they have a baby?
Yeah, but it's, you know what? I always think of that scene in Rogue One when Antilles and Mon Mothma is talking and she's like, you know, your friend the Jedi. It's like, why are you whispering? Like Kanan's a Jedi.
Exactly.
they're talking like he's not there anymore.
He had to have exited. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I just have this feeling that there's a baby involved. You know?
Hey, I like where your mind's at. That would be really cool. I just feel like Kanan's going to go out in some heroic way.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I think that he would go out in a very heroic way. You know, just it makes sense to me.
Hey, you know what else is really cool?
What's that?
And this is going to be me being a jerk now.
All right.
We got to see the first episode, and a lot of people didn't.
You guys, we did. We did see the first episode. And
we're just going to tell you guys one thing. They're not going to be holding back at all.
No,
this season is going to be some of the best stuff that they're going to bring to the table.
I was shaking after that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, immediately after that panel, I went to a press conference, which you can hear. We published that already. That was right before this episode. So go back, you can listen to that press conference in full. Pretty cool. And yeah, after that, kind of like, I'm not gonna say my celebration was over, but celebration, like everything I needed to do, like all of my scheduled like to-dos were all checked off. Now it's just clear sailing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I still had autographs and a photo op
to
do.
At this point... oh, yeah. What are you going to say?
Well, before the panel, I ran into Dave Filoni again.
Oh, that's right. Before you even got into the panel.
Yeah, before we got into the panel, where we were picking up our reserve seating... you know, for the media.
Big important people. Yeah, you know, before you even say anything, I have audio here, and this is what happened when Chris met Dave. So Dave has his back turned. He's graciously signing and drawing a picture for Chris, on Chris's poster, and this is what Chris says.
I always talk to you about overrated. Yeah.
Oh God, he says.
Yeah, I was pumped about that. And I was talking to you last celebration because you were showing the lightsaber on the Untold Clone Wars.
He's like, yep.
Yeah, it's 4 rounds, right? So you gotta look at those things differently.
He's thinking about.
Figure out how it can hold it. I never figured out how what's the other guy? How he could actually sit in a chair. Like with the coil around the throttle.
Yeah. I always
oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's I had to ask him about Operances.
Of course you did. I mean, you swung for the fences, Chris, and I gotta be honest. He's totally down with it. He's like, oh God, yeah. He remembered you the second you said that.
But you know something? It was cool that he put a lot of thought into it. He was talking to how would he fit in a Jedi Starfighter?
Yeah,
would he
how would he? I always wondered how he would do that.
The throttle, and it's like, see, you were thinking, you were thinking about it.
He gave it a lot of thought. Oppo was on his mind a little bit,
right?
You know,
I mean, I probably would have just passed out if he was like, oh, we did have episodes, but you know.
Yeah,
we never got to show him. I would be like, "Oh man,
we got animatics, you know." Can you imagine? Oh, just to hear his voice once. Just to hear the voice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I had the Clone Wars poster. It was, with Maul and Savage on it. It says presented by George Lucas on the top.
My gosh.
So I've been having a lot of the Clone Wars voice actors sign it, and I've been carrying this poster around with me for so long, and it's just so cool. He signed it, Dave. He put like a little star, and he put 17, and then he drew a picture of Captain Rex, like the helmet.
Look at that.
And
amazing.
I was just like, I was on cloud 9. I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
That's ridiculous.
And then on top of it all, and then I go into the panel, and you got second row, and you're just flagging us down, and I'm like,
boom.
First this, now this. Like, dude, we could have threw a ball on the stage. That's how close we were.
We lived like kings. When I said that's Willow, I kind of got a little afraid that Warwick heard me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you said it louder, he possibly could have heard you.
Yeah, and I didn't want him to think I was making fun. Like I loved Willow. That was a huge movie for me. So I was like starstruck so much. It was so cool.
The one thing about Warwick Davis is if you started talking about Willow, he would be all for it. Remember his TV show Life's Too Short?
Loved
he got
it.
Val Kilmer. They were trying to push Willow too.
Oh God, I would have loved Willow too. I mean, they made novels. I had never read them. I probably should. They made novels back in the day to continue the Willow story.
You know my brother and how he doesn't get into any of this stuff.
He hates everything except for baseball, but not the Red Sox, and Happy Days.
Well, he just loves the Miami Dolphins. He's a hardcore sports guy.
It's the one thing I've ever seen him love.
Dude, he loves Willow.
Oh, good. Good.
Can you believe it? Out of all of this stuff, out of this huge world of science fiction, the only thing he loves is Willow.
That's it. He's Willow guy.
He's Willow guy. Yeah. It means, because I showed him a picture of when I met Warwick Davis, and he was like, "You met Willow?" And I was like, I felt bad for a second. I'm like, you should have came with me.
Yeah. Mad Mardigan.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a secret Willow commentary somewhere buried in our show archives.
We did that.
Just throwing it out there. Find it. We're not telling you where it is. There are clues. And moving on.
Yeah. After that panel, so I had a double photo ops with Felicity Jones and Alan Tudyk, which was epic.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I met Felicity. She was so awesome. She was so nice. On top of being so pretty.
Oh gosh,
She has a beautiful signature. Signed my poster, wrote Jen Urso on it. I met Forrest Whitaker. It was funny because I was telling Electra, because we watched Phenomenon a month ago, and
really?
I was like, after I'm done saying how awesome your performance was in Rogue One, you should walk by, shake his hand, and be like, "We love Phenomenon." But she didn't do it though.
No, she didn't do that. No.
Well, I met Alan Tudyk. He was so cool, and it was cool because it was one of those things. After I was done talking to him, I was like, "Hey, I'll see you in Rhode Island." He's like, "Oh, great!
Nice.
I'll see you then."
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for Rhode Island Comic-Con. That'll be great. All right, let's pick up the pace a little bit here. After that, I went to the collecting social area. It was basically pin and patch trading. That's all it was. And did you get a chance to go in that area?
I didn't, because I lived in the autograph area for 3 days.
The pin and patch trading people are some of the coolest, the coolest area in the world. It's literally people from all over the country and the world, all convening, and they literally just make pins and patches to trade, or they have a whole collection of them from previous celebrations stuff, and they're all trading them there. And it's the friendliest, most welcoming, positive group of people I saw. It was so fun to just hang out there and trade pins and patches and hear everyone's stories. And man, it was so cool. I got a Bantha Tracks patch come out of it.
Yeah, see, when you were telling me about that, I was like, oh, damn it. I would have really liked to, go there with you and, meet all these people and swap swag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I think I was the only person who was handing out podcast patches. They were just handing out patches, like here's my cool patch. I mean, and people would get together and do a puzzle. You could make a puzzle out of all the patches if you collect them all. That's so cool. I mean, I love that. Yeah, I love that too.
I think we should try to get in on that. I don't know.
We would. We should. We should do that.
Because I think there's 6 people. I don't know the number, but let's just say there's 6 or 8 people that get together, and it's almost like an octagon, and everybody gets a little or like a pie. Everybody gets a little sliver, and you put them all together, and it's like the Star Wars community.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that for our little group. I think that would be pretty good.
It would be pretty cool.
So the other big thing happened, that basically the last thing of Saturday at Celebration is I got into the Hasbro panel right up front, first row Hasbro panel. Oh yeah. I mean, it was a great panel. They basically went through the last 40 years of Star Wars collecting. and all the figures. They had Mark Boudreau there, who started the line with Kenner. I mean, that's
pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, so cool. And he was going back to like all these older concepts. I'm going to do a write up on RetroZap, but it was really cool. And then they brought it up to the modern era, and they showed us everything that's coming our way for the Black Series. There's been 160 Black Series figures already released,
which blows my mind.
Yeah, don't do the math on that. I know,
right?
We have a Tarkin 6-inch coming. We have a Luke and Landspeeder coming. Jaina Solo looks amazing. I mean, it looks like the daughter of Harrison and Carrie. They got an amazing face sculpt on that figure.
Mm-hmm. It's cool that she's like in a TIE fighter costume.
Oh, I love that black TIE fighter costume. So cool. Then there's the Thrawn 6-inch. The packaging looks amazing.
Dude, it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's going to retail for like $50.
But it has like everything.
It has all the
It's his whole office. It's his whole office, basically.
Yeah, they put his office in this really cool box. And
Indiana Jones.
Yep, this is going to be one of these things that me and you are going to pay crazy money for.
Too much.
Yeah.
Way too much for it. Yeah.
That's like right when they said it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I was like, yeah, great. There's like $125 right there.
At least. I mean, Commander Gree 6-inch looks good too. All right, the Inferno Squad Trooper from Battlefront II. This thing looks amazing. I can't wait to get it. I've already pre-ordered.
It looks great, and we have to thank Mike Morris for this.
Yeah, he hooked us up with the pre-order info. I mean, I missed all of the Battlefront 2 information. Like, I missed all of that. We'll have to talk about that at a future show.
Dude, I still haven't even watched the trailer yet.
Oh, I know.
But you know what I love? I watched like a couple let's just say I watched 10 seconds of the trailer, but it's so cool because they're all looking up and you see the Death Star exploding.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like, oh man, it's like the battle after. But I think it's going to be all over the place because you see Rey, you see like a lot of the characters.
It goes all the way through.
And it's going to have a story mode, which I'm thrilled about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Before we get into Battlefront 2, I'm so excited about Battlefront 2, but this Hasbro panel ended with a little trailer of its own. Okay? I'm going to play it for you right now. Well, I don't know if I can play it because it's all music, basically.
I don't know. I think I might know what you're going to say, but I don't know.
All right. It's I'm going to play it, but I'm going to talk right over it. It's the music from like one of the older The Force Awakens trailers, and it starts showing like a New Hope like screens, like shots of the old movie, and then it starts like moving into playing with the toys from A New Hope, and then Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi, and it shows you these moments that you really mattered. And man, this music from this Force Awakens trailer was just so poignant. I love it so much, and yeah, it's so cool. And I had front row for all this. This shows like the X-Wing of the Death Star trench. And next thing you know, it like cuts to like, a kid playing with the X-Wing. Oh man.
Is it the old Kenner commercials?
It said moments that shaped our childhood. That's and you can go to the RetroZap YouTube page to see this. And yeah, it cuts to like an old Kenner commercial. Kids playing with like the Landspeeder and the X-Wing and all of that under this epic music. The Millennium Falcon, the 12 original figures. Yeah. Now, then you go into Empire with the Walkers, and then a kid playing with the Hoth playset. I mean, just such an epic moment, like so emotional. Return of the Jedi with the Rancor, and then you move it into like the Boba Fett, cutting out the back of a card for the proof of purchase. Moments that will never leave us. And you're seeing the vintage cards, all these figures on vintage cards here. With new moments for the future. And you see the Force Awakens, the lightsaber going to Rey, cut to black. And then a figure turns around from the black. And it's the Force Awakens figure on a vintage card, and it's Rey's on the figure. The Vintage Collection returns spring 2018. And that's me screaming.
I love all the live footage with the screaming because you're there, you know. That's why when you're showing the Filoni panel with the Boba and Cad Bane, like those screaming, I was a seat away from you, so it was definitely me.
Oh yeah. We were definitely on that. It was crazy. Yeah. I mean, that was an amazing video, an amazing moment for the vintage collection to return. So, I mean, it's happened. I cannot wait. So next spring we got more vintage.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about this.
And it's gonna be everywhere. It's not gonna be like Walmart exclusive or anything like that.
Thank God.
Yeah, they said exclusive everywhere. So very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, what we were talking about very earlier when we first started is I really liked how Hasbro did it. They just didn't, drop everything all at once. It was like every day there was like a reveal. And back to that, the Thrawn looks amazing. The Tarkin is phenomenal, man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I got like a real close up of the face, and it's stunning.
It's so good. I mean,
when it comes with the interrogation droid there, with the syringe on the side.
Oh yeah. It looks so cool. Dr. Ball.
Yeah,
Dr. Ball.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So this droid's gonna stab you, and we're gonna see what happens here.
The one other thing they talked about, and I mean, I don't want to get too negative, but there's one other thing that Hasbro talked about, and one other thing they revealed on Wednesday night before Celebration is Star Wars Forces of Destiny. Okay? Which it's a micro series. It's going to be on YouTube. And I mean, it's cool because I mean, it's new Star Wars, right? We're going to learn more stories about here's the trailer.
If someone's looking for you, we'll find them there.
I think it's Daisy Ridley actually doing the voice too.
Oh yeah, they got everybody to do the voices,
which is cool. It's a totally different art style. It looks much more like Genndy Tartakovsky. Yeah, it was just a quick stinger of that. I mean, pretty cool though. It's gonna have like Jyn Erso and Ahsoka Tano, and yeah. Oh, here's more here. First look at Forces of Destiny.
For many years, something that's been really important to Star Wars is these characters that little kids can grow up
Leia.
And recognize a little bit of themselves.
So with Forces of Destiny, there was an opportunity to tell some additional stories around these terrific characters from throughout the franchise.
Harry Beck.
Forces of Destiny, they're these almost bite-sized, short, self-contained adventures that take place in different time periods. Very much a real part of Star Wars.
Well, we were very fortunate to have Daisy reprising her role as Rey.
BB-8, this way!
Felicity Jones as Jyn Erso.
I suggest you pick on someone your own size.
We have Lupita back as Maz.
Oh,
it's a
dude.
Nice night for
that's awesome.
Stories.
This new series of shorts just opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
So it's coming this summer. I think the series is really cool looking. I'm really interested in these short vignettes of all these characters. I'm totally down with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's something different. It's a short. Yeah. It's not like it's going to be the next big series.
No, they're micro series. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's a great way to grab another audience.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I mean, learning more about the character, more Maz Kanata. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, that is great, and I love the fact that they brought in all the actresses to do this, to bring these, the animation to life.
Yeah.
But the
figures.
One thing.
But the figures.
I was just gonna say the figures are just straight up Barbies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's great for a certain audience. It's not made for us. Oh yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, like, let's say like the younger generation, if this really captures them, they're gonna go bananas for the figures, and that's really cool.
I'm not saying the quality is bad. The quality actually looks fantastic on these, but they're much more doll-like than anything that I'm interested in collecting myself.
Right.
So, okay. You know what they look like to me? They look like the Team America World Police puppets. That's what they look like to me.
Yeah, they're about like 12 inches. They're like, it's like a Bobby. There's hair. There's like actual hair.
Yep.
And stuff like that. I mean, the Ewok looked great. Was it Wicket?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know if he has hair. I wish he did, because I'm not gonna lie to you. If that had hair, I probably would buy that one.
Yeah, it could be cool. But I don't know, man.
That would be pretty sweet.
It's just not like our category of collectibles. It's not action figures. It's something totally different, and hats off to Hasbro for trying it out. But I was a little not really impressed with it. It just looks like Team America puppets, and I don't know. It's just not my thing.
I just remember walking by going, what's that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, no 3 3/4, but okay.
Well, and look at us. Like,
yeah,
we're already really deep into a lot of different lines, and
Yeah.
I don't,
I'm not looking for a new line.
Yeah, I don't think our pocketbook could handle this.
Yeah, how big your pocketbook is? Not that big. Not that big.
Art.
Exactly. I mean, rounding out Saturday night, man. I went to the Neo Zaz Balls for All party down at King's in Orlando. What a blast! Hanging out with Matt and Tim and Chris and Dave. Also, what's it called? Sweet Lou from the Neo Zaz crew. Awesome guy. And Jeff McGee, also from Marvin Dog Media and Comics with Kenobi. Great guys there too. I had a blast there. From there, I hopped all the way down to Disney Springs for the podcast meetup at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. And man, this was just like the Return of the Jedi scene too. With all these podcasts coming together, all hanging out, big hugs, lots of handshaking, just a great time, kind of like capping off celebration, because a lot of people were leaving in the morning. I mean, Coffee with Kenobi was there. Scott Reifman from My Star Wars Story was there. Star Wars Report, Jedi News, Comics with Kenobi, a Star Wars comic, guys. Dennis, Mac, Dave Dollar, Michael Nip, Josh Stolte from Star Wars.
Oh, wow, they were all there.
Yeah. Jovial J. Shepard, Carl and Jason from the Wampus Lair, Eric Blythe, Aaron Goins, and man, there are even more people I'm forgetting. Like, I'm talking, this was huge podcast meetup, and it was just so fun grabbing some drinks and having a good time down at Disney Springs. My first time there was beautiful too, really is.
Yeah, that's this is another wild night that you had. That I think I was already in bed by the time you got back.
Yeah, I got back pretty late, but it was I was moving all around that night. I didn't even stop. So it was a good time. and then Sunday, man. Sunday we took it a little easy. We got up a little late,
We did.
Oh yeah. And man, the breakfast buffet I had was unbelievable. Just having
I missed that.
Oh.
Yeah, I was dragging.
Oh yeah,
I
you
remember
were.
This now.
And then
you're like, dude, I'm in the lobby. I'm like, I'll be another hour.
I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go get some breakfast. I got some eggs and bacon and sausage and fresh squeezed orange juice, and it was like manna from heaven. It really was.
I definitely was really jealous, because the last time for Celebration 6, we were going down there having breakfast, and I had like a great breakfast burrito. They have excellent food there.
Yeah, it was awesome. And, basically, we walk over with Dennis, and it's shopping day, right? We our whole mission today, you and me beating up the vendors. That was about it.
That was our pure intention to do.
Let's beat up the vendors a little bit, try and get some deals. That's
Sunday, they need to let some, they don't want to take this stuff home. We're going to get some deals.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
Sunday fun day. That's all it was. I mean, we got some good stuff. We got some big time stuff.
They weren't as desperate as we thought they were going to be.
It wasn't as desperate as we thought at all. But man, we got some good stuff.
It was hardball.
All right, you know what I feel like we should do right now? That's the wrong song. We gotta do this, I think. Oh yeah.
I can't believe we almost got into Needham Got 'em without the music for Needham Got 'em.
Oh no. We had it. It was all there. Yeah, I mean, Sunday was all Needham Got 'em. That's all it was. You know? I mean, the day before, let's see, I'd stopped by the Disney booth with Dennis, and I got the Build-A-Droid packs. I got the Chopper. I got the R2D2 C3PO pack, and the Red 3PO, which is R3DO. And these are cool, fully articulated figures here.
That Chopper is fantastic. It's a completely brand new sculpt for it. It has the arms. It has it actually comes with an extra leg. It's on like a really nice like vintage card look. It's great.
I kind of want to take it out.
Oh man.
But I don't know if I should.
I can't bring myself to do that.
You can take out the wheel and put in his
the third leg, yeah.
No, you can put in his you can take out the third wheel in the middle and put in his rocket booster. You know? How he flies around? Yeah. The rocket boost is there.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it comes with a lot of accessories.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like his little arms retract and his little side arm comes out and everything. I mean, these are beautiful figures. I didn't go with the Droid 4-pack though. It just it doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't think. I think I have a lot of them, but these three were really, really cool. And the R2D2 and C3PO pack, I don't know. It has a 40th anniversary sticker. It looks different. I think it was a Celebration exclusive, and the other ones I found at Disney parks.
I think the 2-pack with C3PO and R2. Yeah. I was actually hoping that was because when I got off Star Tours, because I saw on their website or somebody posted or whatever that they will be released in the parks. But not the C3PO and R2D2. I did not see that.
That was a Celebration exclusive.
Yeah, it was a bummer. So I missed out on that.
Yeah, I have it. I got it. Really nice set.
I love how they made R2 nice and dirty.
Oh yeah. This is like Tatooine C3PO. I mean, C3PO's even has a little sand dust on him.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Nice.
It was before they gave him a bath.
Yeah, that oil bath feels so good. What else did I get? I mean, I already talked about the Hayden, Darth Vader, and the Boba Fett's, and the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, and the 000 and BT-1, Kota Bakia Art FX figures. So that was pretty good. Sunday was all vintage. That's all it was. It was vintage day. We were all about the Kennas. So I picked up a bet. I think I picked up more than you that day, but you hit the jackpot.
Oh, you definitely picked up more, yeah.
Yeah. So
you got some good deals though and great figures.
I did. So before I get into the figures, I picked up some paper goods. Picked up some good stuff.
Oh, that was a cool booth, yeah.
Yeah, we found this like old vintage booth. There's some like a lot of like printed stuff and
obscured stuff.
Yeah, they had like color forms. Remember color forms? You scratch them on. That was pretty cool. I picked up a sheet of that. This old school like Yoda bookmark, Yoda the Jedi Master. Two Return of the Jedi coloring books with like Max Rebo and stuff on them. That was ridiculously awesome. And then I picked up a 1977 Star Wars official movie theater program. Remember this?
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's in mint condition. And
all this stuff was. It's unreal.
It came out of someone's like closet that no one had seen before. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. It's literally like a movie. It's a program for a show.
There's not even creases on the spine.
No,
it's
not at
like
all.
If somebody had a box of these and they were just like, "Oh, look at what I have."
Yeah, and I think all of that printed stuff together, all this vintage stuff, $20. That was all it was. It's ridiculous. The guy they were giving it away. But after that, it was all figures. I picked up a now when I say a mint condition, like mint condition, Rees with like literally no paint scuffs at all, with like all complete with his little gun. I picked up a Darth Vader with perfect cape, And perfect lightsaber too. The lightsaber's in perfect condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful, like A New Hope Darth Vader. Loved it. An FX7 droid with all the little hands.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That was like short money. A low gray. Again, short money, but he's, again, you never see these guys without any scuff paint, right?
Yeah, no, you got those in good condition.
Yeah, everything was perfect, all complete with his staff and everything. No scuff paint whatsoever. I picked up a IG-88. Perfect again. 2 guns. Looks good.
When did you pick that one up?
I picked that one. I think I picked up like Thursday, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I picked up C-3PO and R2-D2 in baggies. Like.
Oh yeah, this was a score.
Now, Chris, I looked these up. I think they were already opened and then repacked because they're all taped up. You know?
Yeah, but at least they're complete. You know?
They are complete. So the C-3PO is the breakaway C-3PO from Empire Strikes Back. With the he has the the bag and everything that Chewbacca held him in. So that's a pretty cool figure. And then I got the sensor scope R2-D2, which I never had before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I did. I did have that before, but I just wanted one in nice condition. It's not my R2, but it's a good R2. And my piece de resistance for the day is an Emperor that was still unsealed in the box, the mail-away box.
Yeah, this was cool. Uncirculated.
Uncirculated, exactly. And so I carefully sliced it open, and I got an amazing acrylic case from GW Acrylic, who we saw the very first day.
Yeah.
And I have him in a beautiful acrylic box. Emperor's on one side, the box is on the right side. This custom acrylic box is specially made just to show off the Emperor in box like this. It's super cool.
When we went up there, I think he had one on display like that, right?
Exactly.
You're like,
he
wow,
was selling
this
them.
is perfect.
He was selling them like that. He's like, you could buy one just like this for like, some, I forget what the money was, but you could buy one just all together like that. So it was pretty cool that he was all set up to do that. Now, Chris, what did you get?
Well, I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, but I'm a big fan of the minibus from Gentle Giant. So I walked by and I really like the Reese one because he's holding blue milk in one hand and then he has a blaster in another.
Oh, it's so
it's just a really cool piece. And I was actually eyeing that on eBay like a while ago. So to just see it right there, it's just better that way.
Yeah, totally.
And then right next to it was an Ula. And I was like, oh man, like maybe I can do like a nice bundle deal. And I got a killer deal for both of those. So I got those, which I'm really thrilled about. I got the Luke that we talked about earlier, the Celebration exclusive.
Yep.
I got now the holy grail of our hunting on Sunday was the Tri logo Reese
from Return of the Jedi. The Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, General Mills. It's
Palatoy.
Great. Yeah, it's crisp on card, clear bubble, looks fantastic.
The bubble is perfectly clear. Looks like it's right off the line. Man, the vendor we bought it from was a kind of an interesting dude.
Yeah, he was not your average guy.
Kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, a little strange.
I ain't gonna say who he is, but he was kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, he wasn't. He drove a hard bargain, and I almost let this one slip,
I was kind of talking in your ear though.
Yeah, I was fighting with myself because I know if I didn't get this, I was gonna this would have been the one that I would have been like, you moron.
Exactly. You walked away from it.
I did because I was trying to play the game.
Yeah, and he wasn't playing.
No, he wasn't playing. No. I mean, I got $20 off, but
that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, and I'm talking here though. I'm like, buy it.
Oh
buy
yeah.
it. Yeah. I'm glad I did too.
It's funny because I'm like trying not to look desperate, and I'm like looking at this guy, and I'm like, oh, the bubble is so clear. The card is amazing. I mean, there's an old school KB Toys sticker on it. It says 2 for $1.
And the guy's like, I know, man. I'll keep it for myself if you don't buy it.
He said that.
Yeah.
It's for his own personal collection.
Yeah, that's how nice this figure was. Like, everyone was there. But you know something? We don't have a ton of experience with tri-logos. We were kind of learning on the spot about the Palatoy connection.
I was. Yeah. My phone service was terrible. I'm trying to look stuff up. I'm trying to educate myself.
I had some Palatoy knowledge just by listening to the Jedi News guys over the years, but not a ton.
I've seen the tri-logo many a time.
Of course.
It's just that I never got myself really familiar with it.
Yeah, we didn't know what the value was, right? So we weren't it sounded and felt like a good deal, but we weren't 100% sure if we got beat.
Right.
You know, I say we because I was right by your side, but you got beat. You know.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way: the two that were on eBay were in pretty bad condition, and they were like $30 less than this one. So that made me. I know it's eBay, but at least that made me feel better. But I was like, you know something? Let me pull the trigger. Let me just buy this. And I'm going to take it over to Jordan Hembrook from Toy Hunter.
Now, there were a lot of carded vintage figures. I can't even talk anymore. A lot of carded vintage figures on the floor, but most of them were yellow. A lot of them were beat up. If you were going to get one for about $100, you were going to get a beat up one. It was going to be yellowed bubble. I mean, it not a great figure. This Reese was a gem. It was a gem in the wild. Really was.
Yeah, it really was because I got it for $100 even.
You go over to Jordan the Toy Hunter just to make sure.
Yeah, I just was like, hey Jordan, and it was cool because like I've talked to him before, and I was like, hey, I know you're a really busy guy, and I respect that. And I didn't want to be, that guy, but I brought it over to him and I was like, hey, I know you're busy, but I just paid $100 for this, and can you just educate me a little bit on the tri-logo? He was like, oh, you scored.
He goes, great figure, yeah. And then he takes out this like wash. He takes out the spray, and he's got
it was like a special cleaner.
Yeah, and like he's Jordan the Toy Hunter. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna trust him, but man, it was this weird cleaner that he was using to clean cardboard and like vintage plastic, and I'm like, what? Like I if it was me, anyone else, I would have been freaking out.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I saw him go behind the counter, get a spray, sprayed it into like a paper towel, and I was just like, "This is Jordan from Toy Hunter."
And he
like
treated it like a
100%.
museum piece.
Oh yeah, I 100% trust him, and I'm telling you right now, like it made it the way he shined it up. It looks like I just pulled this off the shelf.
Yeah, he was like, "Go get it graded now." Like the way he did it. Yeah. Like
well, the guy had it. The guy that I bought it from had it in one of those just like plastic shell cases. What is it, clamshell or whatever it's called? And the booth was over there with those unbelievable acrylic cases. So I was like,
GW acrylic. Yeah, we went over there.
Well, that's why I was like, I need to get one for this figure. So I threw it right in there, and it's been safe and sound. It's on my shelf. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, because we had to get these home first and foremost.
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you, these cases are where it's at.
They really are. These if you have a nice showpiece like this, that's the way to go. You got to go hard acrylic.
Well, and it's not as expensive as you think. It was
pretty
$15. Like
for a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful case, a showpiece, really.
Yeah, it's excellent. I personally thought those things were more money than 15, but they're not.
I know. I'm gonna upgrade my Hayden one to a nice hard acrylic.
Oh, absolutely. You 100%. Have to put that one in there.
100%.
Yeah. So if you guys have any figures that like you hold really close, I would say put it in an acrylic case because and what's really cool is there's these little sleeves that are inside. There's 3, so you got two little sliders on the sides
and one on the bottom.
On the top.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't rock around.
The card stays in place and doesn't bump around, right?
Yeah. The little sleeves hold the card, and that's why like when I was like, I need to get an acrylic box, and all I kept thinking about was, damn it, it's gonna rattle inside there like crazy.
Yeah. No,
and
they have this all perfectly. They've all figured out.
Oh yeah, the guy slid it in, and I was like, this is it's pure genius.
Exactly. It's amazing. Really is. I gotta get one. Gotta get one for that Hayden.
Yeah.
So
and knowing that the Disney store was going to have those droids at the parks. I knew I was going to Hollywood Studios, but I missed out on the C-3PO and R2, but I got the Chopper and I got the 4-pack of the Droid Factory. And what I really love about that one is Zero the Hutt's astromech is in there, and it's really cool.
That is cool. I mean, it is cool, but I just couldn't, I have like so many of those droid packs, and like they all just end up sitting on my shelf.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll regret it, in time, but not right now. I feel pretty good.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't, because I think they're going to be around for a while. I mean, there was plenty of them on the shelf at the Disney store, so I'm assuming you can probably go to DisneyStore.com and probably pick it up.
That's true. That's true.
It's not like they're flying off the shelves,
No, not at all. The Disney store booth was awesome. No lines at all. It was amazing.
Yeah. There's another astromech. He has like a blaster attached to his head.
No way.
It's really interesting,
That's cool. So Needham Gundam didn't even stop at Celebration. I get home, and what's waiting for me is a R5D4 on a vintage card from GameStop, and Garandin Pop.
Oh, nice. I remember we were in line where you ordered that.
Yeah, pre-order. And it was there right when I got back. And this Garandin Pop, I mean, I'm not a big Funko guy at all, but Garandin's one of my favorites. And
you like that one?
Oh, I love Garandin. He's one of my favorite figures ever. One of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. And
I wonder what that actor is doing.
You never see him. You never hear about him. He might have passed on.
Right.
Because you never hear about Garandin, the long snoot guy, at all. Yeah, but
now as far as your R5D4 goes, did it come safe and sound?
Perfect.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I opened up because that was waiting for me too, and I opened up the box and it looked like somebody like just sucker punched the bubble.
Really?
And dude, there was no protective like packing inside. They threw it in a box and sent it my way, and I swear the box looked like it was from Ace Ventura. Like, the beginning of the movie when he's kicking it down the hallway, and it's just like I called them up and I'm like, guys, like,
this is terrible.
This is unacceptable. Like, it's destroyed. And they're like, oh, we'll give you a credit. I'm like, I want another one. They're like, oh, they're all sold out. We don't have any more.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like,
terrible, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, you don't get it. Like, this needs to be perfect for me. You
did a bad thing.
Yeah, you did a bad thing.
Yeah,
so
why would I buy a busted up figure?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, well, great. Now, what do I do now? Like, do I check GameStops? Do I pay like $30 or $40 on eBay for a better bubble? Like,
that's
I
terrible.
don't know. Yeah, it was just a punch in the gut. I'll tell you that.
That is pretty rough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, and especially that line, I want to keep them all mint on card. You know? So far so good. And then I got that one. And I'm like, great, thanks.
I have one with a busted up card already too. Not that one, but a different one. I think Kenobi is a busted up card. And I still haven't got my R2 yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still in the mail. I'll get it in the end of April.
You know what's crazy? There was like plenty of them at the convention.
Oh yeah, I could have picked one, but I knew I have it coming. So I just took this Garandin Pop out. Man, it is a nice figure. Really is. Oh yeah, such detail. Right down to the belt and like the mouthpiece and everything at the end of the snoot. Really cool.
It's really lucky that they made him, because it's when they revealed what their exclusives were, I was like, wow, like Long Snoot like made it.
Yeah, exactly, like rando, Come on.
Oh, that was definitely random. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Garen. I'll like get his figure and like put him into like corners and stuff like that. So he's always hiding like a spy.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Right. Oh yeah.
But one very special box was waiting for me, which I'm still in love with.
What are you talking about?
Even though, a Novos isn't the best with customer service, they totally delivered with my Scarif Stormtrooper helmet.
Nice.
Because this thing's phenomenal. Whatever stock they use, the helmet is heavy.
Wow.
It has full padding inside, and it comes with extra padding that you could, because everybody's head size is different.
Totally.
So you can add padding all the sides you want. You can do whatever you want, and it's really a beautiful piece. I'm really happy about it. I wish these helmets came with stands, because I know when I bought helmets from EFX, they came with stands, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't. I know I can buy one.
I know this is for like wearing, you know?
Yeah, right.
Totally.
So, I mean, the helmet's great. You know, I'm not doing it much justice right now because I'm just saying how awesome it is. But wait until you see this thing, man. Wait until you put it on. I'm in love with it. I can't really
That's amazing.
say anything else.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram. I'm like, oh, Chris is home now. he's wearing a Shore Trooper mask.
Yeah, I basically got home. I put my bags in the room. I opened the box. I put the helmet on, and I was like, Alexa, can you take a picture of me?
Boom. That's about it. Oh, man, dude, it is like 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to do email on a separate show. We're going to do like
oh, my God, I forgot about that.
We're going to do dedicated email, like, the feedback show.
Right.
How about that? Where'd you go?
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, you're falling asleep here. I'm falling asleep.
No. I didn't know I thought you were talking to the listeners. I didn't know you
were talking to me. Oh, whatever, but I'm talking. We're all having fun here. I'm getting delirious at this point. Oh, man. Man, what a celebration spectacular, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that probably is a good title for the show.
I think it is. We're gonna. That's it right there. That's it right there. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to Brews and Blasters. Of course, we are available via Jedi News, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Satchel, YouTube, the Star Wars Podcast app, iHeartRadio, and everywhere else podcasts can be found. We're popping up everywhere. Don't forget to go to Roku Deep for podcast reviews. We met Steven. Man, he is a good dude at Celebration. He was at the podcast party. Thank you so much for coming out. Don't forget,
he was great.
Oh, man.
Absolutely love the fishing stories.
Oh, such good stuff. Don't forget about all the great shows on RetroZap Podcast Network. 16 shows strong. We are a force to be reckoned with. And don't forget about all the amazing writers publishing daily on RetroZap. So much good stuff going on there. Star Wars and so much more. We want to hear from you. Brews and Blasters at RetroZap.com. Leave us a voicemail. 978-219-6688. Of course. And of course, you can find us on our homepage at brewsandblasters.ninja. Because that's how we do it. Chris can be found at thecollectorshut.com. Find him everywhere on social media. He's always posting. You like to post, Chris. You post your pictures. You post your video. You have a good time, right?
Oh, having a blast over here.
Yeah. Again, don't forget about our TeePublic store. We have tons of new designs there. Don't forget about other stuff that we do that I can't think about right now. audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters. You get a free audiobook, of course. What's next? Yeah, social media. You know all that. You know where to find us.
Yeah, you know where to find us.
Chris, victory.
Victory.
We did it. We came, we saw, we conquered. That's it.
We did. We survived.
And you survived the show. We're going on 3 hours here. Until next time, guys, for Chris Salted, I'm Joe Tavano. Sakala and tell it to Kanji Club.
I'm afraid the party's canceled, but the summits never show. But I know I was penciled, so I must fall on a note. Before it's getting ready, man, we get too much. All the world will suffer, the boogie's wicked clutch.
What do you got? You drinking something?
Oh, I'll tell you on it. You asked me. You asked me after the show starts.
All right.
I'm dropping you down. I can't even hear you now. Go.